Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for making your spot tonight, DLD After Dark. Appreciate all you guys. You know, I was tempted. I was tempted to hit you with what, what, but I didn't. I switched it up because the new one is well new. But man, that Kalaiman Makila is still fresh. It's still fresh. Why is it? Why are you all over the place? Come on, just stay. How's that? How's that? Good, good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. You're welcome. So let's go ahead and get started. I am the one person on YouTube that talks to himself. You're welcome. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So a few things. I wanted to say the last stream that I did, Okay, I do Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, every other Saturday now. And the stream that we did on Thursday, I said a crazy thing. All right, I usually get like 15 to 30 comments. I was like, you know what? Um, I want to get this stream to 250 comments. We didn't get to 250 comments. We got to 264. Uh, y'all are crazy. Congratulations, congratulations. I mean, dude, you got it was all y'all, all right? I commented with like a few of my alt accounts and I came in there like under DLD TV and my dark channel and DLD After Dark and I was coming in, I was commenting and stuff, but y'all were like going ham, like Flying Rich and so a gang of people were going. One dude was going crazy. It only shows me the at name though, so I don't want to like, name him like that, but um dude, people were like, "Am I gonna have to do 14 more comments? Am I gonna have to do 13 more comments? Am I gonna have to do 12 more comments? Am I gonna?" And then shout out to y'all for just going crazy. I wonder if we could even exceed that 264 comments, especially since people were commenting like an average of like 10 times each. But the replies are where it is at. If we could get like to 1,000 or something, that would be absolute insanity. And not just like the same dude, saying, "This is a comment, this is a comment, this is a comment, this is a comment," like that, that'd be cool. But if like after this live stream posts as a video to my channel, if we could exceed that 264, and I don't know, maybe even go as crazy as 300, 500, 750,000, something like that. That'd be insanity, but without spamming and going crazy. Anyway, dude, I appreciate all y'all so much. You guys are incredible. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So, just for you guys, two things. One, if you're brand new, then what we do is we usually take the next 10 minutes or so and we greet all of our channel members because the way that this channel is, trust me, welcome and trust me, um, this is 100% funded by the channel members because there's nothing else from uh, certain platforms that would rather not have me on there. And we usually take the first 10 minutes after, now to welcome all of our channel members, and we're going to do that. And also, we're going to, greet all of our folks that are coming in, all of our viewers. And for everyone that's watching this the next day and the next day and the next day, do me a favor and throw a comment down there that just says Replay Mafia because y'all are the Replay Mafia and y'all go hard. You go super hard. You don't play. Shout out to Razor JB who coined the term. I appreciate you. Hang on one sec. Man, I feel like that 40 millimeter green Geisley Super Duty is just like hanging by a thread, like it is about to fall. We'll see. We'll see how it does. We'll see how it does. For the people that asked about the gun wall is going to go up, but I'm going to have to put it up on wood. I'm going to have to literally take wood cut to the size from floor to ceiling. I'm going to, bolt it into the wall and then bolt the gun wall onto the wood. And I didn't really feel like going to get freaking lumber this weekend. So it'll be soon. It'll be soon. Also, no outdoor shooting this weekend because it was totally rained out. This weekend is a total bust. So it is what it is. But we'll get some good stuff. I'm actually working on editing another video right now. So we'll have some dope stuff coming for you. So let's go ahead and get started. And I appreciate all you guys just taking the time to come in, chill, hang out, and chat. You guys are the real heroes here. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump in. First in chat tonight was, yes, sir. He is back. He is so back. Kurt 24, my guy. You know what? You should change your name to Kurt 24 V 2.0, right? Like, because you're back for the second time now, or I guess you could do 1.2 or something, but or maybe Kurt 25. Either way, welcome back, Kurt. We love you. Everyone, show some love in chat to Kurt, and congrats on being first. Then you should get at least a thumbs up, right? You should get a thumbs up, or not only just a thumbs up, but you should also get like a high five, maybe even a fist bump too. Appreciate you, my guy. And I saw Red Dawn Readiness. I saw you doing the fist bump thing, when I'm yeah, you know what I'm saying? I saw you. People be copying me. People be copying me. Then I saw Joe shooting down New England. It was like, shout out to the replay mafia. I was like, what? What did you say? I know. Sorry. I'm just it's a thing, Nothing but respect and love for all y'all though. I'm just busting your chops. So let's go through and you'll see that Kurt is not only a mod, he's the low key producer of the show and also a channel member. Appreciate you, man. He's been a channel member for like uh over 2 years and also like 26 months, something like that. And also, he has gifted five channel memberships like 32 times. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Kurt is out here gifting and uplifting. You know what I'm saying? We love you, bud. We also got Z Chinamemba. What's up, brother? Great to see you. We also got Bill, also a Chinamemba. Great to see you, my guy. Zanti Misfit, also a Chinamemba. Z? I always gotta do the Z like with an upward inflection because of the question mark. Let's see, Zanti Misfit. We said what's up to Zanti, right? Did we say what's up to Zanti? I don't think we. Yeah, we did. Zanti, great to see you. Also with Chinamemba, appreciate you, my guy. We got Blue Curtain Burner, also with Chinamemba. What's up, brother? Great to see you. Let's see, Zanti, Kurt 24, Bill Camper. So we said what's up to Bill. What's up, Bill? Beal. What's up, Beal? Let's see. Zanti Misfit, Bill, Kurt 24. He is Mr. BS is trained in the art of bullshito. it's it's funny because it's like the Mr. BS because it's like bullshito. Anyway, great to see you. Let's see, Kurt 24, Zanti. Let's see who else is up in here. Zanti Zeeth. Zeeth? Let's see, Kurt 24. Rich is like, I call him Zed. I call him Zed because you want to sound cool, like you're speaking phonetics. Senor Bob, great to see you, Senor Bob. Also a channel member. I watched that video that you sent me too. I watched the entire 15-minute video, and man, Agenda 21. It's no joke. It is real, and it's kind of crazy to see. The metaphor that was used was great, and man, crazy. You never know. If you see this stream, this stream here is titled "It's all part of the plan. Play by their rules. Don't rebel." Yeah, just like your government loves you and wants you alive. Okay. See, Senor Bob, Toy Town Inc. What's up, brother? Toy Town Inc. Great to see you. See, I would do salutes with my right hand more often, but my mic stand is right there, and that kind of gets a little annoying, especially if I turn a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, Toy Town Inc. also a channel member. Appreciate you, Senor Bob, Kurt 24. We got Z in the building. What's up, brother? What's up, brother? Hope and Frag Out was able to sell some stuff. Guys, don't forget that Frag Out has launched his store. It is the I need to make a bunch of money in a short amount of time sale. And I'm telling you, like, not much more than the cost of like regular OEM stuff. He was selling brand new stuff, lasered, engraved, and Cerakoted, and like battle worn, and for like a Glock for like 650. I'm like, what? So there are a bunch of ARs, bunch of Glocks, bunch of really cool stuff. So check out Frag Out's store. You need to. I know a bunch of you guys jumped in and bought some stuff. Man, if it was a better time for me, I would too, bro. Because man, that stuff was fire. Maybe I should look. Maybe I should. I do have some credit cards. I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that. Should I do that? I should not do that. I should do it. All right. Great to see you though. Just showing some love, man. Showing some love. We got to support those that support us. And Frag Out is one of the homies. Man, Frag Out. Man, Frag Out's been super, super, super supportive too, man. All the stuff he's done for me and the channel, and bro, yeah, it's incredible. We love you, bud. We love you. So we got to then give that support back, right? You know what I'm saying? Flying Rich, what's up, brother? Flying Rich, also a channel member and a mod. Great to have you here. Live Life, channel member. Great to see you, my guy. Goonbeam, also a channel member. Goonbeam. And if y'all don't know, Goonbeam is the maker of the assault flashlight, and there's weapon lights, rifle lights. Well, there may be some rifle lights coming in here soon. I'll let him talk about that. But weapon lights, pistol mounted lights, handhelds, my EDC. So this is the assault light, which is literally 110,000 candela. You can literally melt an ant farm with that thing. But also, this is the EDC V2 long boy, and this thing meters at like 2200 lumens. Crazy. I mean, the performance is out of this world. So if you're looking at getting the best flashlight out there with the like literally best performance with cheaper than Streamlight price, there you go. You're welcome. Use code DARK. You get some amount of money off. I don't recall. And there's actually a link. I don't know. I'm not current in chat, so if one of the mods or Kurt or somebody out there shared the link, then you can use that link and use code DARK, and you save some money and stuff, and you support the channel and all that. So keep that in mind. Thank you, Kurt 24 Murph Dog. What's up, brother Murph? Murph, I don't know if you saw, but I did see. Oh, he said BRB. Really? Dang it. Murph Dog, I don't know if you saw, but I did respond. It was in a live stream. I did say that I did receive that beautiful glowy blue little keychain flashlight that you sent. I really do appreciate that, man. It it reminded me that I hadn't been to my PO box since February. Yeah, maybe I got a PO box a little too far away from my place. All right, sorry. All right, but thank you though. I do appreciate it. See Zanti, Kurt 24, JC9. What's up, brother JC9? Great to see you, my guy. Also a Chinamemba. Zanti, Murph Dog, Fire Rider, brother. Great to see you. Also a Chinamemba. Zanti Taco Syndicate. What's up, brother? Also a channel member. C&T Designs and Arms. What's up, my guy? Also a channel member. And also a mod as well. And if you guys haven't checked out C&T Designs and Arms, he does have his own channel. He does a lot of crazy stuff. And the only reason that he's not banned is because he's not big enough to be found yet by the overlords. But trust me, once they realize what he's doing, they're going to be like, this guy has to be stopped. He's telling too much truth, way too much truth in here. Yeah. Well, he got Democrat ads. Bro, welcome to YouTube. Dude, I jumped on whose channel was I on? I jumped on I forgot what I was watching. I was watching something like gun related, something like totally whatever. And the ad that I got, I actually screen recorded it. The ad that I got was literally Barack Obama and Pedo Joe sitting there together talking about they had a mug and they were like, just a cup of Joe to elect my friend Joe. By the time you see this, some people will have already contributed a few bucks. And oh, it was so bad, dude. It was so bad. Just a cup of Joe for my friend Joe. Uh, my butt's wiped, dude. So bad. It was so bad. Anyway, yeah, that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. Let's see, C&T, Murph Dog, Agorizer, my guy. Great to see you. Fire Rider, brother, what's up? C&T, Kurt 24, Senor Bob, and Gort. Great to see you, Gort. Also a channel member. Appreciate you, my guy. C&T, we got Evan Budzinski in the building. What's up, brother? Great to see you. Also a channel member. C&T, Kurt 24, Flying Rich, Fire Rider. We got Taco, send a kit. C&T, Flying Rich, Agorizer, Z. We also got Zanti Misfit, C&T Designs and Arms. Hold on. My chat just refreshed. Okay, we got Gort, Agorizer, C&T. Man, it's hard to keep track of the blue and the green. I did not anticipate this. C&T, Agorizer, Taco, send a kit. Bill Campores, great to see you, man. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Appreciate you. ADXR920, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Also a channel member. Supporter for a long time. Bunch of y'all, man. Bunch of y'all. Let's see. Agorizer, Fire Riders, Anti, Taco. Every time I hear Taco, like when I say it like that, I'm thinking like of the Nacho Libre. Nacho, like that kind of thing. Yeah, sorry. Ron Wayne must be stopped. Is this over the toaster still? Are you guys beefing over the toaster? I know. It's been a long time. ADXR 920, Agorizer, Senor Bob, CNT. Hey, Fat Gray Man. What's up, brother? Also a Chinamemba. Appreciate you, my guy. Mike McClune, the Goon. Brother, great to see you. Also a Chinamemba. Thank you. We got Agorizer. Let's see. Tech Money. Brother, what's up? No, he was unsubscribed. That Yout are you telling me that YouTube identifies people that may be lacking on their YouTube account and actually unsubscribes them from their favorite YouTube live streamers? What? Are you serious? I know that's crazy. They do that. They do that. They do that and worse. If you don't click one of my notifications, one, bro, even if you guys are out, with the family at a carnival, whatever, if you guys could just click the notification, even if you literally just let it play in your pocket, pause it, do something, just click the notification. That helps so much. We used to have the Noti Gang Gang, right? The notification gang gang that's kinda gone. I mean, y'all for real are the Noti gang, but, man, so many gangs and mafias are out here, right? It's like the Replay Mafia, the Noti Gang Gang, Notification Gang. More Beta Prince, brother, great to see you. Also a channel member, supporter for a long time, appreciate you. Kurt, Tech Money, Mike McClune, Fire Rider, Agorizer, Taco Syndicate, Kurt 24, Tech, Fat Grayman, Gort, Zanti Misfit, Tech Money, Bob, Tech Money, Tech Money, Ticket. Okay, Taco, Aggie, what up, Aggie? I said what's up, right? But Agorizer, great to see you. Sorry, honestly, it's hard. I lose track after a while. Kurt 24, Zanti, Agorizer, Fire Rider, Mike McClune, the Goon, Aggie, Barton Fink. Great to see you, my guy. Also a channel member. Kurt 24, non-channel member, honorable mention, P38, Wilberto. Great to see you, my guy. Joe Morris, also a channel member, my guy. Great to see you. Hey, more Beta Prince. What? 2 años, ¿me entiendes? 24 months. 24 months, man. That's 2 years, bro. That's 2 years. I appreciate you so much, man. All you guys. Over 1,500 memberships. Is that how many? No, well, no. It would be. Would it be? So if you share 5 memberships 32 times, that'd be 160 memberships, right? Yeah, if you share. No, hold up. If you share. Yeah, it wouldn't be 32 times. Yeah. Hold up. Okay, I'm tripping. Hold on. Okay. If you share 5 memberships 32 times, that's 160 channel members out there that y'all received from Kurt 24, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, I did that correctly. I had to do it both ways. I was like, "What?" Joe Morris, Agorizer, Taco, Kurt 24, Mike McClune, the Goon. Let's see who else we got. Joe Morris, Mike McClune, Zegoon, Slim223. How are you? Yo, yo, yo. Look who's a channel member. Love it. Love it. Great to see you. Hey, there we go. Look at that. DLD hardware. Have you guys checked out DLD hardware? Well, guess what? Guess what? There are from now on going to be interesting one-off featured products, and this item that I have in my hands has never been used. I bought it directly from Cobra Tech, and even though we have an excellent relationship with our friends at Tech Knives, look, we got to, we real recognize real, I think is what the kids call it. Look, when someone makes some good stuff, they make good stuff. I think I'm going to be listing this auto knife from Cobra Tech. This is a D2 steel uh, auto side folder. It is automatic, so you got to make sure wherever you live, make sure you can carry an auto blade. But the dope thing here is that you can actually switch the pocky clip to. I forgot. You can turn it around or the left side. I don't know, but this thing is dope. I actually got this because originally with the very very light tan scales, I was like, "Yo, you could writ dye that thing very easily." Love the shape of the blade. That point is excellent. Very solid D2 tool steel. It is a virgin blade. It has never cut anything. And you know, I don't know. There's something special about virgin blades. I'm really weird about knives when I get them. The only thing that I don't like about this knife that I'll probably end up listing on DLD hardware, The only thing you have to be aware of that I found out when I was just kinda handling it is if you squeeze it hard enough, if you don't place it in the lock position. You hear this? You hear this? Hold on. There you go. There's a lock right there. If you don't push it in the lock position, right? If you were to get a reverse grip on this thing, ying, 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 right? If you were to squeeze the ever loving dog s out of that, you actually release the button, and then you would be picking up your fingertips with a broken hand. So careful of that. But aside from that, just from like a utilitarian standpoint, this is an excellent knife. It would be a good fighting knife because of, I mean, knives are just tools, right? But they could also work as weapons as well if you needed to. But it could be a good fighting knife as well. Just, you know, in my opinion, I think fixed blades are really fighting knives. But anyway, as long as you flick that safety before you do too much hardcore work, I cannot get it to go from here. Like, you can't squeeze it hard enough from here, but from a reverse grip, you can. Aside from that, this thing is a solid, and it's actually probably way less expensive than you think it is. It's, you know what? I'll tell you this. It is less than most of these OTF tack knives, and it's way stronger. And it's still an auto knife. So I'll probably be posting this on DLD Hardware. Man, that is a beauty. But I was like, man, how dope would it be if I did like blue scales with the blue liner? Bro, what? There is something else about a knife I want to bring to you guys too. So just remind me uh later. I don't know. Okay, sorry. So thank you so much for that, Kurt. I'm gonna do like a V2.0. I'm gonna do like a DLD, like product spotlight on the website or something. I'm also gonna put up this weekend, before the end of the weekend. I'm gonna be putting up the DLD garage sale, yard sale, garage sale, whatever it is, and give you guys a good place to get stuff at like a reduced price to where whatever the regular price is, I'm gonna put stuff out at a reduced price. Maybe some like floor model stuff that's not been used, just been handled, and help you guys save some money on some dope equipment. Silverback, what's up, brother? Great to see you. Also with Cheddar Bob. Sorry, my bad. I had some vape in my mouth, had some vapors. I'm definitely never ever gonna be selling this though. Man, look at that thing. Oh, oh, I know. It hurts my pockets just to look at it, especially when that's not the only microtech that you have. Anyway, sorry, moving along. Silverback, great to see you, my guy. Also with Chenamemba, Agarizer, Kurt, Mike McClune, Taco Syndicate, Silverback on that app. Kurt 24, CNT, JC Neener. What's up, brother? I think I said what's up to you already, but it's all good. We'll keep it moving. CNT, Kurt 24, Silverback, Senor Bob, Mike McClune, Knight Custom Builds. What's up, brother? If you haven't, check out his channel. My guy is always cranking out some stuff out of the shop. And great to see you here in a live stream, my guy. It's been a minute. And let's see, Senor Bob, Knight Custom Builds, CNT Designs and Arms, JC Neener, Knight Custom Builds. Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you. Senor Bob, CNT, Night Taco. Yes. Thank you for the question of clarity. Obama is the guy that married the horse. Great question. CNT Designs and Arms, Night Custom Builds, Joe Morris. Let me see. I'm just going through Fire Rider, Taco, Night, Slim Tutu Tree. Let's see. Senor Bob, CNT Designs and Arms. Man, I got to find a better, more effective way of doing this because I'm just repeating everyone's names as I go through, which I know y'all love because y'all love when other people say your names. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Knight, Silverback, Joe Morris, Flying Rich. Hey, there he goes. Ron Bear. What's up, brother? Great to see you. Also with Chenamemba. Silverback, Tank Money, C&T, Mike McClune, The Goon. What's better, 556 or 300 blackout? In chat right now, let me know what are your feelings. If you're talking about a battle replay, what is better, 556 or 300 blackout, and why? And why? Kurt, Kurt dropped the V 2.0. I love it. And yes, of course I noticed, but that's crazy. Up there, it was not V 2.0. I need to go back and see where it changed. But sorry. Okay, great to see you. Great to see you. There's someone else. Shucks, I just said what's up to someone else. Sandwich Chef, what's up, brother? But great to see that you updated your name. Sorry, I was totally doing it wrong. I'm doing it wrong. I'm live streaming wrong. Kurt 24, Mike McClune, Senor Boob. Hey, Redneck Jet Ski. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, Rich. And yes, I guess he posted it. I didn't know he actually posted it, but man, yes, he created a redneck jet ski with a power washer, and it's hilarious. I told him to do something else. It would have been a little funnier, but it was still good. He still did a good job. Curb Creeper, also a channel member. What's up, brother? Great to see you. Johnny Ba, also a channel member. My guy, thanks for coming in. Silverback, Madam, what's up, my brother? Also our resident meme artist. Great to see you. Also a channel member. Flying Rich, Silverback, C&T, Aggie, Johnny Ba, Johnny Ba. Didn't I say what's up to Johnny Bar? Or was it Johnny Propane? Yeah, I said what's up to Johnny Bar. Sorry. It's hard to keep track, man. Y'all are growing. We're growing as a family. We're growing together. DB, Curb Creeper, Agorizer, Goombame. 300 Blackout is for PDW activities, silly goose. I love it. I love it. CNT. Okay, because of the time that we've taken to do this, and thank you all, because of the time that we put into going through and saying what's up to channel members, I can't go back and say what's up to everyone, but every single viewer, I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. Sound off in chat, and I'll go through and say what's up that I can. DB, great to see you, my guy. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Everyone that I missed, Anthony Smith, brother, great to see you. It takes you 30 minutes for a 10-minute job. Bro, don't insult a horse. It's much more difficult than you may imagine. Let's look at how many messages are in chat right now. I just literally went through every single one of them. It's probably hundreds and hundreds. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming in and hanging out. I would like to take a moment to bring in a friend of ours, a friend that all of you know, somebody that you may have seen lately, somebody that you may see on Instagram, somebody that you've seen in the middle of a diamond, a black diamond, a black diamond handling guns and gear, and also getting sued by his neighbor over some BS, and also representing Fat Tech. Go to Fat Tech and get some merch because that's what you're supposed to do. Um, anyway, let's bring on Josh with BDGG.
Hi.
Hi. Did you
What's
just
up? I
pull?
turned into Indian for some reason. Have you
What,
seen that guy on Instagram that makes the funny noises? You know what I'm talking about?
what,
What's that guy's name? My name
ha-
is like Knife or something like that.
have I seen the guy on Instagram that makes funny noises? I've seen
Well, you know,
lots of guys. No,
there's a
which one?
guy. He's an Indian guy, and he's like, his name is like Killed with Knives or something like that. I can't remember the name of the Instagram profile.
I don't think I've
He's like,
seen him.
ha ha.
Killed with
If anybody out
knives.
there knows what I'm talking about, please put it in chat because it's hilarious. No, I don't think that's his name, but it's somewhere close to that.
Yeah, I'll have to look this up.
Got some crazy lighting going on, man.
I think it looks great, man. I think it looks
It's
awesome.
terrible. I'm gonna have to change it.
I wasn't going to say that, but now that you put it out there.
Oh man, it's real
All right,
bad.
there's a bunch of like half naked chicks all in my search.
Yeah,
Always,
that's always, always, always.
dude, they're disgusting people. Screenshot that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right,
Man, what is that guy's name? I'll have to look for it, but it's hilarious. It's really, really funny. He's got this one where he's like trying to teach his like younger Indian sibling or whatever to sing the song that the way they normally sing it or whatever. And
really?
yeah, he's like, this is how you sing the song. He's like, "Hey, hey, hey, like doing like the original, like, old
Yeah,
Indian
old
dance."
Indian. Yeah, yep.
And so this kid's like, he's like, "All right, now you do it." And he's going, "Ha, ha," and he takes the thing, and he shoves it in his mouth, and he's like, "Ah." Doing it all wrong.
Y I
It's
have
really
not I've not seen it. I gotta look it up. I looked up "Killed with Knives," and that did not help me, so
yeah,
let
no,
me
no, and
know,
that's probably not his name, honestly, but, it's something that have to do with a knife or something like that. I don't know. If I find it, I'll send it to you on Instagram. It's hilarious. It's really, really funny.
oh, I
I'm sure
think I got
somebody has seen it.
oh, no, no, that's not it. Mark says, "Bro, ADHD is no joke. I'll try to pick up the clothes off my bed and end up in the garage looking for a drill with the clothes still on the floor." Or were they on the
Yep.
floor? Or were they on the bed?
Oh, they're on the
I've
bed
been
before you
there.
put it on the floor before you went out to the garage because you realize, "Oh, I need a yeah, it's just
Mhm. Yep, yep, I've been there. Squirrel.
this doesn't help.
Yeah, facts. Flying Rich, thank you for the, super chat number 2. Dang, appreciate you. He says, "Not familiar." It's I can't say I'm familiar, which there was a guy that knew Crump and Crump's show and knew Rich and the show that they do together, and I was like, "Oh, oh, well, I'm DLD." And he's like, "Huh?" I was like, I'm DLD, like, I do shows with him all the time." He's like,
He's like, "Don't
"I
know you."
can't say I'm familiar." Yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay." And it wasn't like I'm, like, all egotistical, like,
Yeah.
"You don't know me?" You know? It was just, like, weird. Like, imagine, like, somebody being like, "Oh, I know, Black Diamond Guns and Gear, but I've
I
never
know
heard of Fat
all
Tack."
of your friends, literally
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah, every single one of them. Oh, man, that's too good. Well, for the people that are here watching you for the first time, do me a favor, take a moment and, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and, where they can find you.
Ooh, I'm on Black Diamond Guns of Gear on YouTube. We do a lot of stupid things on there, and people seem to like it. So uh, it's on YouTube, and also I represent fattack.com, where you can find the Fat Tack holster and literally everything for big guys, including plate carriers and plates and belts that literally go to unlimited sizes, and everything that you need for your tactical stuff is at fattack.com. Oh,
You
and
know, I
also
go ahead.
new is creator profiles where they have their own merch on there, including people like John Crump
Yep.
and DLD, maybe if he gets his stuff signed and sent over to them.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, soon to be DLD once I actually, do the paperwork.
yeah, but they our stuff's over there. We got designs and shirts and stuff like that. I think this is not one of my designs, but this is one of their designs from Fat Tag. I think it's pretty funny actually. It
Let's
says,
see, let's see.
"My
My
pronouns are
pronouns are nobody
cares."
cares. Nice. Didn't you have one that, said my pronouns are "Find Jesus" or something like that?
Well, that idea came from a guy. He's actually a YouTuber, and he just like he trolls people, and it's really funny because he asked him about like whether who you voting for or whatever, and it's all political. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's his shirt, and I can't remember the guy's name. I just saw it on there one day, and I was like, getting that just because it said "Find Jesus." I was like, that's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah. No, I love it. Yo, what is going on? Usually we got like 80 people in here. I just we're sitting at 39 people. What is going on? That's
Well,
crazy.
I don't know,
Maybe is it everyone's birthday today? I don't know.
maybe.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh well, we'll keep rocking with it. I
I'm
find
not
it
gonna.
strange.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't get a notification either.
I didn't either. By the way, I had to look you up.
You know, it's strange when so I literally created this stream at exactly 10 p.m. like on the dot, right?
Mhm.
And the people that are normally here every Tuesday and Thursday, they're normally here at 10 and when they see the stream they jump in. Like Kurt was the first one in here. But yeah, I did not get a notification. I still do not have a notification.
I don't either. That's what I was looking for. I don't see it. So,
Maybe it's because I named this. It's all part of the plan. Play by their rules. Don't rebel.
I mean, it's a
they
possibility.
they know what I'm doing.
They know what's going on.
They know
Man,
the
I'm trying to
deal.
find this freaking thing because it's hilarious, man. You gotta see it, and hopefully you can bring it up on here. I don't know if you can or not. Actually, it's on
Yeah, what's
Instagram.
up?
Can you do that?
What do you want me to pull up? Yeah.
If I can find it, I'll send it to you. I don't know where it is. I know I've sent it to people before, like, way before.
Hey, Fearless Orca, what's up, brother? Yeah, only 30. It's still sitting at 39. That's so crazy. Usually I'm at 60, 70, 80 people. That's crazy. Um,
Is it?
yeah, they're all watching BSS. Come on, bro. 38 people. Okay, all right. We're not doing this anymore. Okay, sorry. So, what exactly are you looking for?
I'm trying to look for that Indian guy. I'm still trying to find.
I thought you were looking for something. All right, hang
Man,
on.
what is his name? I know
Let's
somebody's got to
pull
know it.
this up. Savich
How you spell dances?
Dances.
That's what I thought. I'm a terrible speller.
Well, don't say that. I mean, of
I am.
course you'll be
I'm
a
an awful
terrible
speller.
speller. If you tell yourself constantly that you're a terrible speller, then absolutely you'll be a terrible speller. It's funny that I see my notification go out, but on my other channels that I have, I do not see. Oh, that's too funny. Okay, let's go. View channel member. Okay, well, and we got ads. Wow, that's crazy. I
You got
definitely did
ads?
not. Yeah, that's crazy. Some of your crowd also hangs out with Hillbilly Nation DLD After Dark. He's streaming same time on Saturdays. Oh, okay. I did not know that. I don't even know who
Who's
Hillbilly
Hillbilly
Nation
Nation?
is. I have no idea. I have no idea. But we got some more folks in here, so let's just jump in. You know what? Here's what I'll say. Let's do the thing. And then if you guys believe that through the content, through our conversations, if you believe that we've earned a thumbs up, that we've earned your viewership, that we've earned the chats and the comments, then then do your thing. All right. If you'd like to give it, I never, ever, ever ask for y'all to give a thumbs up.
I
Okay.
think you should.
You think I should?
I think I think people should. If they're watching the content, obviously they like it.
Yeah, I mean, it would be great if you guys did give a thumbs up and give a little likey like. But I usually don't ask, but it would help. Thank you guys. And yeah, we hit 264 comments on my last stream. How crazy is that?
That's pretty awesome. How much?
264 comments after it was published.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, usually I get like 15 to 30. So yeah, these guys are crazy. All right, well, here we do something called the strap check because we believe that we all should be always carrying guns at all times. What are you carrying nowadays? Let me
Me?
guess.
Oh
Glock
wait.
19 with a Battlefield green frame.
No, it's different now, actually. It's just a regular Glock 19.
Really?
Yeah. It's
With just a standard black frame?
yeah, just black frame. I wish I could pull it out and show you, but I can't.
That's right. We cannot because it's
It's
YouTube.
yeah, gay. It's a little gay. Can you still say gay on YouTube?
I encourage you to. I actually love that the recreational usage of the word gay is kind of coming back, I think it's important for us. He said Hillbilly Nation just got a free plug. You know what? Zeta or anyone else here, go over to Hillbilly Nation and be like, "Yo, you just got a free plug on DLD After Dark." And then DLD After Dark, we get a free plug on Hillbilly Nation. See how we do these things? We give and we take. We give and we take. Please, Josh, don't pull it out, says Man Against the Masses.
Hey, you know what?
It
That's a good video.
Yeah. Don't even worry about it. Next time you come across it on IG, just shoot it over to me. But
I
no,
I did find a video that the one I was actually telling you about, and so I'm gonna try to send it to myself so I can share it on there,
mm,
or I'll just send it to you. Can I send it to you and you can
yeah,
share it?
send it to me and I can screen share it.
Okay, cool. That's what I'm gonna do
It doesn't
because
have any
it
like
really is hilarious.
it doesn't have like copywritten music in or anything.
No, it's just him like literally making noises, and that's the funny thing about it is like you know how Native Americans just like hey just like noises.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what he's doing, and it's so hilarious. And now that I found it, I've accomplished what I was wanting to do. So now we can actually get on with the show.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
Mhm. That one in particular is.
Okay. Is there one on IG? That way I don't get hit
Yeah,
with
but I couldn't find it, so I just had to Google it. It
hang
just so
on.
happened to be on YouTube also.
Yo, do not tell me that these dudes went to MD Arsenal without me, bro. Come on, for real?
Oh, you know what? It's NRA this weekend too. This week.
It is. And did you know that a brand new 2011 is getting introduced this weekend?
No?
A
By who?
brand new 2011 that is apparently being named the Demolitia.
Get out of here.
Do you want to guess who whose gun it is?
Well, I'm guessing it's Matt's.
Yeah, Matt Carricker. Matt
Who's making it?
Carricker. I don't know. I literally know nothing about it other than Matt Carricker of Demolition Ranch is introducing a new 2011 as I guess like a I guess it's in production or gonna be in production or whatever, but it doesn't seem like it's just a project. Like it in the video, it literally showed him like shooting it. So I'm guessing that it's in production and being made right now. And yeah,
That's
it
interesting.
looked just like a 2011,
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of times there's a lot of hype behind people, you know.
Well, it's just his name, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And no shade on his name. Like, I mean, of course, he's earned it and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, no, he definitely has. Okay, I
I,
found it. I found it.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I've met him a couple times and he's been super kind every time. He even did a Where's Dark video when he had no idea. I mean, even though we met a couple times, like I have no expectation of him knowing who I am. All
yeah.
right, so let's go ahead and play this and hope we don't get a CRS. And I don't mean CRS5, I mean copyright strike. We should be okay. Let's see.
Nephew, yeah, your dad sent you over here to me. Yeah. Teach you about these songs.
So here we're
Yeah.
looking
About
at
these
singing
ways.
lessons taking place.
I've been listening to you. There's something about
He's
you I
been
don't
listening
like.
to him.
I mean, your songs, how you sing. So I want to hear you again. You know that AIM song?
Yeah, yeah, I know.
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, you know it?
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
Well, sing it. I want to hear you. See how you sing.
Is that a spoon?
You're singing it wrong.
Whoa.
I don't know why you sing it that way. You sing it like this. Now you do it like that. I don't know what's wrong with you. You're not getting it. Look at me. You're not getting it, nephew. You gotta sing it like this, with passion.
He looks like he's about to cry.
Like that. Can you do it like that? Like you're crying for the people.
It's just noises.
Yeah, he's literally crying.
It's not. Is it racist because they're both Indian?
I mean, definitely not. Definitely not. Hey, Mike McClune, thank you, my guy.
Or
Appreciate
Native
it.
American? Sorry.
Just plugged you on Hillbilly. Just plugged you on Hillbilly up. DLD after that. Just plugged you up on Hill. I think I got what you said. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah,
What is
because people were
hillbilly?
like, I guess Hillbilly Nation is a live stream, and I was like, somebody said, "Oh, so Hillbilly Nation, a lot of your viewers are in there too," and he's live streaming now. And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then somebody said, "Oh, well, Hillbilly Nation just got a free shout out on DLD After Dark," and I was like, "All right, well,
Well,
then maybe someone should go shout DLD After Dark on Hillbilly Nation." And Mike McClune, the goon, my man, thank you for doing that. But okay, so you switch back. So you're carrying Glock 19 now, which could
yes,
perhaps be the most boring gun in existence.
absolutely.
But
But the
that's
most
kind of
reliable.
Yes, the absolutely. It exists for a reason. It's one of the, most sold platforms out there for a reason. What's the logic? Where did the green one you still got the green one, right?
I do. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, alright, never get
Um,
rid of that green frame.
no, no, I'm not. I basically just I don't know why I switched actually. I think maybe because the black one that I have is MOS and the green one's not.
Chin Champ. Yeah, that's are you running a dot? Or you're running the, Holosun SCS, right?
Yeah, the SES is on it. Yep.
Did you
Um,
just switch slides or the other one you weren't running a dot on?
yeah, the other one wasn't MOS, so I mean, I could have done that for sure. I could have just switched the slide out.
Yeah,
I just
swap.
didn't. I just
Dude, I'm running, the Holosun SCS, and man, it's funny because you and I talked about this before, like, I think around the time that we each first got the Holosun SCS.
yeah,
I don't know of a time that I have, like, intentionally charged it aside from once. Like, the first week that I got the Holosun SCS, I, like, put it in the windowsill once.
yeah.
Other than then, I've never intentionally charged it ever.
I mean, it's either in my pants, which I mean, it's literally in my pants right now.
Yeah.
And it's either that or it's sitting on the nightstand until I get up and I put it back in my pants. Like it's literally never it's never on charge. Like it's just always like there. And if I pull it out, like it's just I mean, because I do dry fire with it and stuff,
Mhm.
or at least I do a couple of draw strokes or whatever you want to call them before I leave the house or whatnot.
Yep.
And it's just always on. Like it never dies. It literally never dies.
Yeah, it's the crazy thing, like, yeah, every time I think about it, I'm like, "Oh, I've never had to replace the batteries." It's like, "Oh, well, you can't. There aren't replaceable batteries in it." And then I remember, I'm like, "Yo, that thing is, like, never been charged." But they do say that it does pick up ambient light. I mean, it could even technically pick up UV rays through your shirt, in your waistband if your optic is above the belt line, I would assume. But that optic has been great. And dude, I gotta say, obviously, you guys, I'm sure, have seen the O-Light, O-Sight, red
Yeah.
dot videos and green dot videos all over the place, and everyone's like, "Whoa, this has gotta be the first rechargeable, whatever with front sensor." Bro, the Holosun, and look, I'm not a Holosun shill. I don't even fuck with Holosun like that. Like, I mean, I do, excuse my language. I'm sorry. Um, I do enjoy some Holosun products. I have like 4 or 5 dots. I got the Holosun SCS on my Gen 5 45. I have, Holosun 507. I have a Holosun 407. I got a few, right?
Yeah.
And, they're good. They all work, but Holosun did that forever ago, you know?
Yeah.
When did the SCS come out? Like, over a
Oh, dude,
year ago.
more than yeah, it's at least 2 years. I mean, because
Yeah,
it was definitely introduced at like SHOT Show or whatever.
yeah.
I want to say 3 years ago.
Dang, really that long ago?
Yeah. Because it
Either
was
way,
out for at least a year before I even got one.
yeah, because their MOS version, like, literally has the MOS, like, serrations in it. I remember
Mhm.
that being, like, such a big new deal, you know?
That was really the reason. It didn't even have to do with solar, the reason why I got it. The reason why I got it is because it set so low and it had the serrations on it. That's the only reason why I
Yeah,
wanted it.
you
And
can
then
use standard sights with it. You don't need to, put, higher third co-witness or suppressor height sights on it, you know?
I mean, just that is the only factor alone that made me want it. And then the fact that it was, "Oh, by the way, it's solar and you don't have a battery." I was like,
Yep,
"Yeah, win-win."
yep, yep.
When
Yeah, but
is freaking Gideon gonna do solar stuff, dude?
I don't know. I don't know. They
He's
apparently they were playing around with some stuff from what I've been told. I don't know. Oh, dude, did you see the Gideon LPVO that I put on the little
Yes.
300 blackout?
Yeah.
Dude, that thing is nasty.
Yeah.
I let me
Wait,
pull up
on
here.
yours? Which one did you do? Your
So
new one?
I
Is it the new one?
I have a 7.5 inch. First, I have to say shout out to 3D Arms and Middleton Made because these guys are freaking beasts. Actually, you know what? I'll just pull up pictures. Do I have picture? Oh, you know what? I may not actually have pictures. So okay, I'll just pull them up right here. So I'll start with this little
That
guy right here. Yep, yep, that exact. But before I
so
show that, I'll show this. You see how tiny this little guy is?
Yes.
So this is a tiny little 7.5 inch 300 blackout, 1 1/8 twist. So you got almost 2 full rotations when you dude, you can see the IR flash. That's crazy. Sorry. Anyway, so this is a 1 1/8 twist, 7.5 inches. So you get almost 2 full rotations when it comes
Mhm.
out the muzzle. So it's a decent gun, but the addition of this bad boy right here, this is a completely 3D printed upper. The upper
Nice.
is completely 3D printed. The brace is completely 3D printed, and this is a pump action 300 blackout.
Really?
Yes, it is 50 states legal. I just got it because it's crazy, crazy quiet.
Yeah,
But
it's cool.
some may say, and that whole thing is completely carbon fiber nylon with carbon fiber nylon handguard to pump. It's got the Gideon Optics LPVO on it, and what I'm gonna do is so here just to show you an idea, I'm gonna shove that in a 16-inch laptop bag, tiny little guy. And when I bust it out and I open up the brace and all that,
Yeah.
put the can on it, I'm gonna have basically a full-size rifle. But you notice that BCG?
Yeah. What is it?
3D printed.
What?
The BCG is 3D printed
How's it possible?
with a um, standard bolt and a 3D printed BCG. So this whole unit has all thread going through the whole thing. So there's steel all thread going through the upper. I wish I could just handle it. It's right here. But
Yeah.
there's 4 pieces of steel all thread going through the whole thing, and then they're bolted down and they're tightened in the orientation that it's printed. So you're not going to get any splitting, any layer, any layers cracking or anything like that. Plus, I mean, if you look at how freaking smooth that print is, man, it's like crazy, you know.
That's
Um,
awesome.
Now, because there's no really where most of the force comes into the BCG is in semi-automatic fire. It rides along the rails and it hits the buffer and it dampens the speed at which it's moving and all that. Um, well, this you're the action, right? The shooter is the action because the shooter is cocking it right there,
Yeah.
and really the bolt is the only thing taking the brunt of the force. So that is whether you're running 300 blackout subsonics, 300 blackout supers, it can eat all of that stuff. And I'm gonna have a sub 2 MOA because it's not the same as like a standard AR with a barrel nut, crazy, accurate sub 1 MOA. But this is going to be a sub 2 MOA gun that out to 3 to 400 yards, I can crack steel silhouettes virtually silently, and I can shove this into a 16-inch laptop bag.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did
Yeah, I'm
you
pumped.
did you see the other Gideon LPVO they're coming out with, the second focal plane?
No, I did not. I haven't seen that yet.
Dude, I've seen it on their Instagram a couple times.
Yeah, I got to check it out. I got to check it out.
Yeah.
I definitely.
That's what I thought you were talking about. I thought that you had their new one, and I was like, I don't know
Oh
nothing
no,
about it.
I've been sitting on this for a minute, man, for a minute, and I
Who
just
printed? You didn't? Did you print it?
so I actually did not print this. I'm not currently set up right now to print carbon fiber nylon. I was printing for a little bit. I was printing carbon fiber nylon on Rich's second printer because he dropped a bunch of stuff off at my place when he was traveling in between states, and I
Yeah,
was running carbon fiber nylon while he didn't need his printer. But then he came back through, drove back down to Florida, and he grabbed the stuff on the way down. So 3D Arms actually printed that upper for me. So
cool.
shout out to him, man.
Yeah,
He's a hell of a dude.
that's
And
awesome.
yeah, gotta love him, man. He's awesome. Heather Courtney says, Joshy Poo, we see you.
That's my wife.
Oh, hey wife. Good to see you. I'll take good care of him. Promise. Prepper Book Club. What's up, brother?
Everybody knows her name now. Everybody knows her name.
It says, "Damn, I'm late. Had to run to the stove." You're good. You're
That's
good,
because
bud.
nobody got notifications. Nobody ever got any.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm telling you, like, I'm usually, rolling with like 70 to 80 people in chat. The fact that it
Dude,
was like,
normally, whenever I see your thing or whatever on Saturdays or whatnot, and whatever I text you, whatever,
mhm.
it's because I see you as soon as I pop up the screen. Like, it's literally the first thing that pops up.
Yeah,
For
yeah. When
whatever
your
reason.
people that you subscribe to are live, it pops up like first.
Yep.
Tech Money says Sig P320 Custom Works X Carry and Hellcat Pro. Okay, nice. Mark Tucka, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Neutron Nick, Zeta, great to see you guys. So Neutron Nick says, "Ooh, I ran that optic at my rifle class with Pincus. Amazing optic. Yeah, I like it, man. It's clean, dude. Have you looked through it yet? Have you looked at the optic, or the reticle, and all that?
Oh, you with the LPVO?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We got it, and I put it on my brother's. He's got something I can't remember what he's got a build that he did, like an arrow precision build,
Hmm.
and I think his is I want to say a 10 or 11 inch or something like that, or a
Nice.
10.5 or something like that. And so he wanted to throw it on there, so I just let him grab it and take
Yeah.
it. Um, but yeah, we brought it out there. We tried to do some zeroing with it and stuff like that. We kind of got it on video, but I would like to do a full actual video for it, and it needs it, and we haven't done it yet. But yeah, I've looked through it
Yeah.
and played around with it. But the second focal point is the new one they're coming out with. That's the one that goes with when you zoom in, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that one's the one they're coming out with. It looks sick, and I cannot wait to get a hold of that thing.
Yeah, dude, that's dope. I like the idea of having, like a chevron reticle at 1x or whatever, right? And then when you crank that thing down to, 6, 10, whatever it is, then
Mhm.
you get all the more fine adjustments and all that. That's super cool. I like that. And this is a 1 to 10. Oh, that's actually, sorry. This is a Geisley Super Duty with a Geisley optic on it, so that's different. I'm just used to
Mhm.
that being there. But that thing's dope too. That's dude, that glass is a $1,000 optic with a $400 mount, and I got both the mount and glass on sale on Black Friday
Oh wow.
for like if you buy if they had this deal where the the optic was on sale for like $300 or something like that, and they were like clearing house of them, and if you bought the glass you got the mount for free, so it's like $1,400. I got it for like 300 something, like under $400. It was crazy.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's been awesome, dude. That thing, man, is like I can't even just say like sub MOA. Like that thing is like I'm literally aiming in the center of the X on the target at 100 yards, and it's just like
Yeah.
crazy, crazy.
Yeah.
I've
Back trailer.
honestly, I have never had an AR that accurate and sighted in that well.
Mhm.
It's crazy. And when you man, the amount of confidence that you get when you have a rifle set like
It's like
sighted
you
in.
just can't miss, and you can't miss, like, no matter
Yep,
what you do.
yep, and it doesn't matter if there's a target at 25 yards, 150 yards, 200 yards, 400 yards. I'm just gonna, I know my holds, and that's it. So
Yep.
it's yeah, I'm pumped. I can't wait to take that thing out. I'm gonna go out with Dust and some of the guys from the Tactical Turkeys and kind of stretch the legs on that thing a little bit. Probably take it out to like 400, maybe 4 to 600. We'll see. But
There's a place down here, next to man, what is that place called? It's close to Crossville, which is probably like an hour and a half away from me, and it's called, Dead Zero Park or Dead Zero Training Park or Dead Zero Shooting Park or something like that. And they got 1,000 yard range out there, and I want to go to it real bad. And I mean, we've known about it for years, and I've just never been. But I would
yeah,
really like to go and take like a 50 out there or something, just to see what we can get it out to and see how
yeah.
accurate stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's going to
I-
be. I just haven't been out there yet, basically.
It's a 1,000 yard range,
Hmm. Yeah,
dude. That's
they got like I want to say they got like pistol bays and all that stuff, obviously, and then they have like 100, a 300, I think a 600, and I think 1,000, and they got each one of those in different bays. And then I'm pretty sure all of them are electronic, so they come with like this iPad setup to where when you shoot out there, it shows you what you're hitting like out there. That way you don't have to like obviously you don't have to bring them back in, that kind of thing. So it's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's dope, man. 1,000 yards is like perfect for like a really well sighted in like 308 or something like that. Obviously, a
Yeah,
50 BMG would still be a blast.
yeah.
Okay, so Mark says, "Hey, sorry I spaced out." Of course you did. You have ADHD. When you were talking about the Olight O site, I'm the ADHD guy. But I just checked and it went on sale 17 minutes ago, and I'm really considering getting it at 160. I mean, that
160 not bad at all.
yeah, it's cheap and also it's cheap. Um,
But yeah, why is that 160 though? You would think it would be a little bit more than that at least.
Usually they came out with the MSRP of 200 bucks. Um, for me personally, if you're putting 200 bucks out, like the amount of abuse that like the Gideon Optics Alpha or like even the primary look, sorry Gideon, I'm just being honest. The primary arms SLX RS10, I think I got that thing for like 139 or something like that. And that thing has been more solid than the Holosun because it doesn't have the solar, the
Yeah.
glass on the solar and all that. I mean, dude, I probably wouldn't get the O site. I'm sorry, dude. I'm just trying to be honest. Like, it's very cheaply made. It's the only reason they're able to sell it that low is because they're just copying tech that was copied from another company's tech that was copied from another company's tech, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of draining the industry. It's a race
Well,
to the bottom.
the
You
thing
know.
is that all those I mean, OI obviously is a Chinese company.
Hmm.
Um, but what of these companies are not Chinese companies? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
all of their optics come from China. They all
all of
do.
them, all of
And
them.
that's from what I've been told from other people is that there's only 3 manufacturers in China.
Yeah,
And your optic is basically coming from one of those 3. And
yeah,
they make all of them. So it's like
yeah,
mm, it's the same. It's literally the same. So you're getting it from somebody is what I'm saying. And whether you're paying a ton for it or not, it's all the same.
yeah. I mean, I would say there's probably cheaper versions that they manufacture
Oh yeah.
and maybe more premium versions that they manufacture. So it's a possibility that like maybe they put more money into like like I found out like all the Trijicon SROs, all their glasses from Japan, right? And I get like whatever, no big deal, I don't care. But um a lot of people say that some of the best glass like in the world comes from Japan and it's not a big deal and whatever. But they also
Think about
say
all the
like,
lenses that we use for cameras, dude.
yeah,
There's tons of
yeah,
cameras that make amazing glass that you can see so clear through and all that stuff. I mean,
yeah,
where do you think it comes from?
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I would say if you want to give it a shot, you can. But in my opinion, within 50 bucks, a $50 variance, there is some better made stuff. Like the amount of abuse that the Gideon Optics Alpha has seen, it is pretty crazy. Now those break too, right? Those get damaged and all that, but I don't know. I'll have to watch the desk pop video. I did see some other. I saw Risky Kriski's review of the OLED
So
optic. I did not.
704, he did one. I mean, I
Oh,
think
really?
he always does an OLOT thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Uh,
There's a couple.
there's the guys that do the, "Hey, they're having a flash sale thing," or whatever, and,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm sure he's just one of those guys, but still, he did one, and I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't have it, like, but I don't know.
yeah. I mean, I watched a video of a dude that put one on his Sig 226, and he mounted it. Apparently, the 226 uses different screws than the 3 by 36 or whatever. I guess they use like 3 by 40 or something, which is weird. But anyway, he mounted it to it, and he put 1,000 rounds through it, and there was no problem at all. Uh, I don't know. Other people are having different results. I don't think I could speak on it enough to give you like a decision on like, yes, you should definitely buy this or you should definitely not buy this. But I would tell you that with the amount of abuse I've put on the Alpha, the Gideon Optics Alpha, and
Yeah.
the primary arms RS10 SLX or whatever, for being within $50 both ways, 50 bucks more, 50 bucks less, I would feel safer going with something like that, but I would
I'll be honest with you, I'm
expect.
not buying. I'm probably not going to buy anything else other than get in here for a little bit anyway.
Yeah,
Um, dude, they make some tough stuff, man. And of course, like you said, that it'll break if you literally abuse it like crazy. Um, I mean, even Bob has his own channel where he destroys them basically, and it shows
yeah,
that they break, whatever, but it shows their breaking point. Is what I'm saying.
yep, yep,
Uh, I just think they're tough optics, honestly. And like I said, yeah, they are all coming from that same area, but there's, from what I understand, the three places, it's like, crappy, middle tier, and high. Like it's kind of like that kind of thing. And
yeah,
you just, I think they're getting the best of what they can get over there, and they're putting it at an awesome price.
yeah.
And Fat Tack has them for free shipping, but that's besides the point.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
I just think that, like, I love the Omega. I think that is one of the coolest optics out there, and it's because obviously, like, I mean, it looks just like an RSO or whatever.
SRO, yeah.
Or SRO, yeah, but it's tough, dude. It's super tough.
So we
Um,
we did just have one break. The Tactical Turkeys did break an SR Gideon Optics Omega, but that was from a Ross Martin that without any, cleaning, oiling, maintenance, or anything at all, they were running like 2,500 rounds through the Ross Martin, and it just had this one round that came out and ejected because of the proximity of the optic and the
Part coming.
ejection port. It
Mhm.
just cracked it at just the right spot, and it shattered the glass. But I mean, it was still kind of working for a bit until all the glass came out. The thing is, so okay, so Mark says might as well get an AliExpress RMR. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you do that, then your ish is going to be like the glass will fly out within the first magazine instead of the first 10,000 rounds.
I love I love the Rock, dude. I like the fact that it has um the back,
Backup sites.
yeah, right into the back of it, dude. That's awesome. And I like how big the window is. It's a massive window, and the optic almost takes up the entire window. I mean, it's huge. And
Yeah.
it's the Gideon Rock, dude, and that's probably one of my favorite optics, other than the Omega. This is by far one of my favorite optics right here,
See, I do like that one. That is
and
the
it has
if
battery on the top, which is even better.
nice. Yeah, I'll say if Jordan, Bob, Mike, any of the Gideon Optics guys are out there, the Rock is the one Gideon Optic that I do not have. Let me just throw that out there. But yeah, I mean, if it's
Oh,
very
it's not.
RMR-ish,
Yeah,
it's clean. It's and those little cuts that are in the sides of it and stuff, the little like geometric shapes. Those are actually cut so that if it falls, it's less likely to actually transfer energy to the inner workings of the optic. A
oh,
lot of
that's,
thought went into those
I
optics.
didn't know that actually, but that's pretty good.
Yeah, same thing with their Omega. The Omega has like these, kind of it kind of looks like lightning cuts all over it, but
Yeah,
it's like that. So the thicker part, if it were to take a tumble, the thicker part of the optic gets hit, and there's, if it hits a flat surface, then it transfers the energy out instead of forcing it into one spot.
I,
So it's
we
you
just
know
had this on a PSA Saber dagger or whatever, and
nice.
having this out there, like when it's stretched all the way out, like you
Hmm.
have it like this, like it's like, let's say it's on a handgun or whatever. The optic is so big, like it takes up literally the entire screen.
Mm,
I mean, the center of it. I mean, like you can't miss it. Is what I'm saying. Like it's so
yeah,
big, and it's just
that's
if it had just, I don't know if there's a way, because I haven't really read the instructions. If there's a way to take the circle away from the dot and just have the dot,
yeah.
I would like that more.
Yeah, I would like that too. There's not currently the mediator is set up like that to where you can rotate between dot only, circle dot. These are not, the alpha is not. See, the omega is just a dot, and I would much prefer that. But the Omega also doesn't fit in some Safariland holsters. You got to get the oversized optic version of the Safariland holsters for it to fit with, like the 6390 RDS Safariland holsters and stuff like that. But hey, Christy, good to see you. But Crichton Kitchen, good to see you. But the Alpha is the same way, and it's the same thing. It's like a massive, like 36 MOA circle, and it's bigger the further away you push
Yeah.
out, and it's like, when you're close to it, it's like this. So on like a PCC or a sub gun, it's like perfect. I mean, it's literal perfection. On a pistol, when you're driving out more, it's like like it's it's taking up
Dude,
the
it's I
whole.
mean, I swear it's taking up the entire glass, and I like that because it's I don't have to find it. I don't have to fish for it and find it, you know what I'm saying?
In a
So
way, it's good. In a
I do
way, it
like that,
also,
but in a way, I wish it was just the dot.
yeah. In a way, it's good. For like, very shucks. In a way, it's good because for like very quick close quarters stuff, it'd
Yeah.
be fast.
Yeah.
In another way, it's like it, obstructing your field of view.
Yeah. See, but it doesn't do it justice when you put it on camera.
Hold
And
on.
that's what I was gonna say, is that when we had it on the, Saber Dagger. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, see how big it gets? That's what you're looking at when you have your hands together and have a pistol out there, like that, yeah, there it is. Yeah. But, yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
big.
camera was not doing it justice. First of all, how clear it is. Second of all, how big it was getting, basically. Yeah.
Here, you
Uh,
know what? There's a couple things that are making this not go well. Hang on.
see if we can see this.
So, because my lights were green, hang on. Oh, and Flying Rich says Timu Optic is what I run on my Jizzly. What he
Jizzly.
means is Geisley. Here, you go ahead. You go first.
I'm like stupid.
Thank you, Rich.
Where's that? I can't even find it.
Down and to your left. There you go.
Oh, I had to hit it. Dang it. I bet we look stupid right now.
There you go. It's hard because it's backwards.
Yeah. There it is. Oh, almost had it. Where did it?
Up. Up.
We look so dumb. Man, I lost it.
It's hard. It's hard. That's what she said.
Come on now. Gotta get just enough right there. Everybody on here is just like, yeah.
go right, go left, go left. And remember, guys, it's backwards. So when you go right, you go left. When you go left, you go right. When you go up,
Oh,
you go
that's why.
down.
Okay.
Yes.
But yeah, anyway, I mean, you can see how big that is, and I'm pretty far away.
Yeah, it gets big. You makes it big.
It's as big as the box. Like it's
Yeah.
literally as big as the box on it.
Here, let me see, because I have this slide. Maybe this will help. Remove this. Okay, so. Oh man, it's so bright. Here, let me turn down the brightness.
Now, I do like how the windows are so big, though. I like that a lot, actually. I mean, it's like I said, you literally cannot miss it, and that's what's. Let's say, I mean, not everybody shoots with dots. You know what I'm saying? And there's people out there that are just now beginning with dots and stuff like that. I'm actually a beginner with dots. Like I'm not great with them at all. And I think that being so big like that would actually help people find it better.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. It is for very quick, rapid acquisition. It's great. Beyond that, I do feel like it can obstruct your field of view if you don't. Because I know some people close both eyes, right? And or excuse.
I do wish it was a dot. I do wish it was a dot, though.
Me too. Me too. I just said close both eyes. What I meant, I'm sorry. Some people close one eye
Yeah.
and some people run with both eyes open. I run with both eyes open so I can kind of look through that a little bit more. Um, I think some people would have a tough time with it, but dude, for a PCC where this thing is like way close, it is money. I mean, it is awesome.
The only one I've
Um,
ever tried on an actual right or pistol or whatever, AR pistol was the Mediator, I guess.
yeah, yeah,
That's
that's
the
a good
one
one.
I've
I like
actually tried on there, and well, that one, and I have the what's the other one? The one that's like the etched reticle um, advocate.
Cyclops or
That one
the
right there.
Advocate, yeah.
That one
Sorry, I
is
was
sick,
thinking
dude.
yeah,
I
dude,
actually
I
have
got
it
that
on
on
my
my
home
SIG
defense gun.
SPR. Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean it's
What,
awesome. I like it.
what's the setup? What are you running on?
So I have an SBR that's a CMMG SBR, right? I SBR the CMMG 556. And so what I did was I'm going to get a CMMG 300 blackout upper for that thing. I just haven't done it yet. So I have a PSA 300 blackout upper for it, and you can get a PSA 300 blackout 7-inch, pistol AR or whatever for like it was under $300. It was like 250
Yeah,
bucks. And so I just literally just slapped that bad boy on there, and it's little SBR
nice,
300 blackout SBR, and
nice.
it's great. It works awesome.
Yeah. Dude, I remember back in the day, you used to be able to
And
submit a tax stamp and put multi-caliber. Now you have to specify one, which is obviously total BS, but
yeah,
sorry, I digress. Go ahead.
but yeah, no, it's it just the reason why is because I was like, well, I have this suppressor, and at first I was like, well, do I really want to use a suppressor for home defense and all that stuff?
Mhm.
And I got to think about it, like, if my kid sleeps in our room with us, and I don't want to deafen him and freak him out all at the same time. Like, of course, I mean, it's obviously not going to be as quiet as what I mean. 556 isn't going to be quiet anyway. So then I was like, well, maybe I should just do 300 blackout, because 300 blackout gets way quieter than 556.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. So that's why I got the 300 blackout for the home defense, like that kind of thing, and it works
Yeah.
out pretty
Yeah.
good. At
Dude,
least it's going to help at least a little bit with noise.
yeah, yeah. I think cans are the way. I know, like, there's been a lot of people talking about it. Like John Lovell did a couple episodes on talking about home defense with cans, and he was like, "No, I want my neighbors to know that a
Yeah,
thunderous 556 is going off, so they know to call the police." Like, you got to have your own home plan set up to where you're not banking on okay neighbors hearing
I get
556
that.
rifles go off.
I get that you want to freak them out, and if anybody else is with them, like, and you just got one of them, like maybe the other ones are freak out and they take off. Like, I get that 100%. And it's not going to be super quiet. It's not going to be completely quiet. They're going to know.
Yeah, yeah,
They're
oh, for
going to
sure.
know. You
Especially
know,
when they see their buddy's spleen splatter on the door, you know?
but at least it's going to hopefully save my child's hearing.
Mhm,
I mean,
and
if anybody here has ever shot inside of a shoot house or anything like that, they know it's loud, or inside of a
dude,
car or whatever.
yeah, inside cars, inside small confined places,
Yeah,
like, it can shatter windows, it can like, it
yeah,
is thunderous, and honestly, I mean, I it's your hearing too, right? Because you
yeah.
wanna be able to hear you want to be able to hear, what's going on if people are coming back in. Look, that dude that was firing, I think it ended up being like a blank firing gun, whatever it was, but that guy that tried to stop the carjacking and dumped 6 rounds into the
That
attacker
ended up being a blank.
based on, a breakdown that we did together on live, I think so I think it was Z or Zanti, one of those 2 of my viewers said that they think it was a blank firing handgun because there were no shots, no shattering of the glass, no nothing. He
Yeah.
put 6 rounds, like, from 2 feet away, and it did nothing, right? And then
Yeah.
because he was blasting that close to his face and ears and all that, he didn't hear everyone saying, "Watch out, watch out, watch out," and then the truck, poof,
Yeah.
you know, send
I
him
don't know.
home to
I mean,
Jesus.
it's possible that could be blank.
Here,
Who would be carrying a blank
you
pistol?
Bro, you'd be surprised. A lot of people are like, I want something just in case, but I don't want to have to kill nobody. Here, keep going. Give me
It's
one
just
second.
that's so dumb, man. Um, I think that that was probably one of the worst videos I've seen, by far. Like, I mean, you can't get no. I hate to speak ill of him because I know he died, but you can't get no dumber than that. I mean, it sucks,
Well,
man.
I don't think it's speaking ill of him. I just think it's if we can talk about the situation versus him, even if people had done stupid things,
Yeah,
um, whatever we can learn from the situation to better equip ourselves for the future, I'm all about that.
yeah, man. He wasn't. What was I say? He wasn't firing directly at him. Yeah, that's a possibility. That's what I thought too. I either thought he was like
It
I thought
is.
it was like a really bad shot, or maybe he was just like trying to scare him or whatever. Like, hey, I got something. Hey, hey, that kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. That was another thing I said
Warning
when
shots.
yeah, yeah, that was another thing I said when Rich and I were talking about it. It was like, well, some people want to basically turn their guns into loud noisemakers, right? And not actually fire to wound or kill. So they just shoot kind of near or around people. And look, if you have to draw a firearm, you have to get to a point. A lot of people say if you draw a gun, then use it. Well, it doesn't mean like, oh shucks, well I
That's
drew
not
my gun, I gotta use it. What people mean is that you need to get to a point in your training where the only reason you would ever draw your firearm is if you absolutely had to use it and there's
yeah,
no other option other than that. And then, of course, there are times when you draw your handgun and things immediately change and you no longer have to fire. That doesn't mean, well, I drew my handgun, so I gotta shoot. Like, you know,
yeah. James Jagger talks about that, or he used to talk about that all the time. Like, there's several videos of him saying, like, if you were to draw, everybody says the same old stupid crap like that. If you draw your handgun, you got to use it, and that's just crap, is what it is. It's not
yeah,
correct, and
yeah,
because situations can change. What if you pull your handgun out and you point it at the dude and he drops his, and it's like, okay, I'm sorry, or whatever. You know
dude.
what I'm saying? Anything can happen.
Have you heard about the situation when I had to draw down on a guy? Where you did you I don't know if you've ever heard me
I think
talk
I've
about
heard
it.
it before, but I knew you had to, but I didn't. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard the actual thing.
Basically, to do my best to bring an extremely long story to a very short point, um, a lot of what we do wrong is we put ourselves in places that we should never be. We go
Yeah,
to places we should never go. And real quick, Slim 223, I agree. Asp did a very good
I
job of
love
breaking that
his
situation
channel.
down. Yep.
Love his channel,
Yep.
and John is a really cool dude, by the way.
Yeah, really great guy, good man. He's a Christian. He honestly, he has a lot of similar goals that we do. We want as many people to be armed. We want as many people to be as independent as possible, and we want people to be safe, have a good relationship with Jesus, and you know, live to fight another day, and preserve innocent life if there is such a thing.
Yeah.
But
I will say
basically,
this though. Well, go
yeah.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say with that guy though, that seemed like to me that was a work truck,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I ain't doing nothing like that for my work truck. Like, literally, the
Hell
guys come and take, I'd be like, "See ya." I'll just call him and tell him, what happened. Like, I'm not
That's
shooting somebody over that. Only
literally
if
that
my
was the
kid
exact
was in
thing.
there. If my kid was in there or
Yeah,
something like that, maybe. I mean, not maybe, totally. But
yeah.
other than that, man, if it's dude, I drive for a company that delivers cookies and stuff. Like, dude, I ain't doing that for some cookies. Like,
No.
heck no.
Yeah, dude, there's okay, so a couple things. So, in the conversation that Rich and I had with a lot of the viewers here that were chiming in, they were saying like, well, there was a carjacking. Okay, now he pulled whatever this gun was, whether it was a firearm, whether it was a firearm loaded with blanks, whether it was a blank firing gun, whatever it was, right? He drew that to stop the stealing of a vehicle, which is very different from drawing a handgun to stop a carjacking. A carjacking is like, to give an example, opening up a door and with a gun or a knife, literally physically ripping somebody out of the car, assaulting them, and committing a felonious act in public in front of others,
Right.
ripping them out of the car at the threat of death or grievous bodily harm.
Yeah.
And in that situation, it's more reasonable to pull your firearm into
Sure.
interject, right? But
Sure.
the girl went inside the store and a dude was going to steal her car. Take it. Take
Yeah.
it. Let the
Yeah.
dude take it, right? And then because he drew his whatever that was, a gun, a blank firing gun or whatever it was, because he drew that, it started that situation and the guy ended up going to take his work vehicle
Yeah.
and then all of this transpired. So honestly, if the guy just got it, take the work vehicle, take her car, take whatever,
Yeah.
but he's not in the act of a violent felony, he's just stealing some shit, you
Yeah.
know?
So basically, if you'd have had something to where it was deadly force, because that's the way they're going to look at it. If
Yeah.
you were not really in the direct line of deadly force, you could have gotten away from this guy. Period. If he had a gun drawn on you or had a knife drawn on you or whatever within 21 feet or what, there's a lot of variable factors in it. But
Yeah.
if that's not happening and you're not within really deadly force right there to you at that moment, you ain't
Yeah.
got no reason to shoot him.
Yeah, I mean,
And
basically, the
that's
dude
the way
was
the
backed up.
prosecution's gonna look at it. So if that guy would have lived, he'd have been in jail.
Probably.
Period. I mean, that's the way it would have happened.
So in my situation, and there real quick, there was another situation where there was a protest where people on this side were yelling "Flee, flee, Palestine," and then the other people were screaming "Death to the Jews," and then
Yeah,
sorry, that was a little aggressive, but anyway, so there's this
it's true.
protest going on, right? Yeah, I mean, literally, that's what was going on, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, well, that's not the two separate sides, but I
Wait,
mean, you
this
know what I'm
happened to you
saying.
recently?
No, this is before I talk about my situation, this is something else that had occurred.
Oh, okay.
What happened to me was years back. Um, so in this situation, a guy that was um, anti-Palestine, right, was attacked by two Hamas supporters, I guess we could call them, and the guy was grabbed by two guys. This was also ASP did another breakdown of this. A lot of people don't like active self-protection. A lot of people don't like John. A lot of people, I don't care. If I can watch anything and learn anything that could potentially help me or you guys or in any type of self-defense encounter, I'm going to watch it, absorb the info, and share it with y'all.
Who
That's
doesn't
what I
like that?
believe.
Who doesn't like that channel?
Some people have chimed in saying like, "Oh, it's trash. His trash. His views on stuff, like the way I think
I
he's
think he's
running
spot
like."
on a lot of things, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
I agree, and I think he's rocking like a 9 out of 10 on like everything he
Yeah,
reviews. But basically, this guy was pinned down and not pinned down, but grabbed and pushed basically against like it's like a pony wall. It's like a 3 foot concrete wall, right? Like a pony fence or whatever, and basically screamed, "Let me go," and then he, like, hops over the fence, and they let him go, but he turned around and drew I guess he as he removed his cover garment and pulled up his shirt, you saw, like,
I
a
did see it.
rig. Yeah, and he drew his Glock, and I'm guessing he shot one or both of them, but,
Mhm.
like, in that exact moment, separated by a wall where 2 guys let you go,
Yep.
you can't meet ordinary force with lethal force. You just cannot do it. And I know people say, well, what if he punched you in the head and you fell and you hit the concrete and then he saw you had a gun, then they took it and then they shot. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it. But you can't use the, oh, I had a gun on me, so I thought that it may turn into a lethal situation. You turned it into a lethal situation,
Yeah.
right? So and if that was the case, then why didn't you leave? Why did you come over and antagonize thing? You know what I mean? Like it's and I don't know enough about the situation. I guess I can't say that. I'm sorry. I should have said that. But either way, it's the same kind of thing. It's like
Dude,
if
go ahead.
just if you feel that you are at risk of death or grievous bodily harm, your responsibility, your moral responsibility is to leave. If you feel like you have to engage with someone, either with ordinary force or anything greater, to preserve innocent life, then you got to do what you do, knowing that you may get arrested, you may get charged, you may be convicted. The guy that shot that dude, Garrett Foster, whatever his name was, the guy that shot a guy that pointed an AK at his face at the BLM riots. You remember that?
Yeah, it was in the car, right?
Yep, the Uber driver was
The
in a
guy was in
car.
the car, and the guy was on the outside of the car.
Correct.
Yeah.
Garrett Foster, whatever his name was, the white BLM dude. Hey, Vanessa
Uh,
Kitty, good to see you. Uh, Daniel Perry, okay, and whatever the Garrett Foster, whatever. There's the white BLM guy and then the Uber driver, okay? The white BLM guy, they were keeping him from moving his vehicle. They were blocking his vehicle. Some of them were armed. He was armed. He was in basically full kit with an AK, and the Uber driver was armed with a handgun. And the guy basically said something threatening. I don't want to botch words. Said something threatening, and then literally turned the AK directly pointing towards him. I would have done the same exact thing. He
oh,
was
yeah.
just convicted of murder.
Yeah.
And
I didn't
apparently
know
they
that. That's
said,
not surprising, to be honest with you.
yeah, I mean, it was like just recently, but apparently the like governor or somebody is gonna pardon him or whatever. But
I mean,
like,
look
I
at
could
Kyle
not.
Rittenhouse, dude.
I
Look at
know,
that.
I know,
He had
totally.
people literally chasing him, trying to kill him, and all he did was defend himself on that situation, and he was I mean, and it was everything he had was caught on camera too.
Yep.
Like, descriptively caught on camera, like, literally every single thing was caught on camera.
Could you imagine if it wasn't?
Dude, yeah.
It would have been unbelievable.
He would've been set in a different situation for sure.
The amount of discipline, trigger control, the amount of just very calm, collected, clean shots. Dude, he exercised a great amount of discipline that I believe most people would not have.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. And I don't know how much training he actually has had. I mean, I know he's had training after that now because he posts about it and stuff like that. But,
I
I don't know
guess
how much training he actually had before, but
I guess Bob's comments are getting deleted. Bob, I know YouTube is doing that a lot now. I don't know why. Are you posting something with links or what I don't know what's going on. I'm not, just so y'all know, I don't edit anything in the chat at all. That's probably why most of my videos are demonetized. But I don't edit anything in chat, and I have it just on regular whatever the normal um uh, what do they call it?
F this
Like
GM was that?
F this good night, I think he said.
Oh,
Look, Bob, I don't know why it's blocking. Maybe it's not sending. Maybe close out and come back in. Maybe it's just that the comments aren't sending. I've had that happen with YouTube before. But yeah, I'm sorry, man. I wish I could do something, but I'm not editing or deleting anything or anything at all. Actually, my computer is so far away that if I wanted to come up and do something, I have to move my mic and literally here. Just so y'all know. But I'm sorry. I'm sorry that's happening, bud. I would try to close out and come back in. If it was done through here, it would say delete. Oh, correct, Kurt. See, that's why I need y'all. Uh, Kurt says if it was done through here, it would say deleted by Kurt24 V2.0 or deleted by DLD or whatever. It would at least show to the mods. I think it would show to everyone possibly, but
yeah. Um, I I think that it is now I saw where Vanessa said something about threatening somebody is, like lethal force or whatever. I all I know is that
usually
I've
it's a
heard it
combination.
before that if I mean everything is circumstances, right? Everything is
Yeah,
circumstantial.
yeah,
Of course, anything can happen in any way. I mean, let's look at a bunch of stuff, Floyd and all that stuff. But anyway, um, a lot of stuff can happen, and it can happen in a lot of different stuff. But one thing I've heard is if you could possibly get away, like if you very clearly could just drive away, uh, you know,
yeah,
it's just they're going to look at that and they're going to say he could have gotten away or he could have done this
yeah.
or whatever. So you
Yeah.
sit there and you play the what if game in your brain afterwards, but they're gonna play the what if game the entire time you're on trial.
Frame by frame, step by step, every second, every moment. They're gonna look at your social media. They're gonna say exactly what they did to this dude that shot
That's why I
that guy
said
with the
US Law
AK.
Shield.
Hmm?
US Law Shield is my lawyers right now, and I think you should have US Law Shield.
Yeah, yeah. In
BTGG. It's a promo code.
there you go, BDGG. In this situation, they found him posting anti-BLM stuff on social media, and they were like, "Oh, and you happened to kill a BLM protester, so sorry. Sorry about your bad luck. That's like
That's crazy.
premeditated murder." Like, I can't
How
now,
is
of
that
course,
how's that premeditated? Like, I mean, it's
I
just
don't think it's like murder one. I don't know exactly what happened, but what's up, Led on Steel? Good to see you.
I'm sorry,
Um,
but somebody points something at me like that.
they're done. They're done. I'm watching videos with cops in it where people come out and they're like, "I dare you to shoot me." I'm like, "Yo, this cop has got the patience of a like
But look
saint."
at what they go through there though, now.
I
Look at what
know.
they go through now. Like, there's so many times that cops have been convicted of stuff like that.
Yeah.
When they have somebody blatantly pointing at them saying, I'm gonna kill you. If I can see you and I'm gonna get a shot off, I'm gonna kill you." And
You
they
see
literally
that one? My bad, my bad, my bad. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, I mean, it's like that all the time. And they literally get convicted of murder by doing their job, by doing what they're out there to do.
Did you see that one where those two and I'm not like one to feast on high polished boot, but
Yeah.
did you see that one video where the two cops were shot in the face with birdshot and they continued holding this dude down for like 2.5, 3 hours at
No.
gunpoint. So
Mm-mm.
it was a neighbor that apparently somebody like their dog got out or something. They were flying drones. I don't even remember. Something happened where the dude got pissed off and discharged a shotgun or said he was going to kill somebody, something crazy like that. When the cops got here, he started talking crazy. They were like, "Sir, could you come out and talk to us?" He was like, "Eat my d," and they're like,
Oh, yeah, I think I have seen that. Yeah, yeah, I know what you're talking
"Yeah."
about. Yeah, 'cause,
And
there's a Samaritan that came over or a citizen or
yep,
whatever came over, like, and was shooting with him. Yeah,
yep, yep. And, man, it's just so crazy, like, the I look, I give it to him, like, I do not run into that on my daily basis. Now, the
yeah.
one situation that I've had 2 situations, one I'll talk about. The one, basically, I went to I was, like, kinda pressured, I mean, I chose to go, right? But, I had a buddy that kinda pressured me in to go to a place with him. It was a party. I was, like, fresh 21, 22. And at that point, I was basically quitting drinking at that age. Like I had been drinking for so long, I was like, I'm not really into this anymore. And I was carrying a gun, had my permit. I got my permit like as soon as I turned 21, and I was carrying Glock 23 40 cal.
I
And
got that's what I had first time.
yeah, I think a
That
lot
was
of
my
us.
first pistol.
It was your first pistol.
Well, mine was a 22, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But like we all make mistakes, and I made the 40 cal mistake before. We'll make it again. But anyway, I was carrying a Glock 23 40 caliber, and I had this shitty little pancake Don Hume inside the waistband holster that like flattens out every time you draw, and you gotta like it's a pain in the ass. But anyway, I was carrying that inside the waistband, and there was a a guy in there that was causing a lot of problems. He was trying to fight people, and it was this black dude that like took his shirt off and like went crazy. We ended up like I don't know what it was, but he was literally like going from like person to person to person to person, just starting problems. And out of nowhere, I had just come in with my buddy who like begged me to come to this party with him because he didn't know anybody, which should have been a huge red flag. I still
Yeah.
went, shouldn't have, but either way. And this, look, this is something like all of y'all can prevent going to an unknown place with unknown people. Like all of us can do that, you know? So I go to the place, I come in, it's an apartment, it is like packed elbow to asshole with people, people all over the place. I don't know. I only know a few people there. and this dude's like freaking out, like drunk, and just trying to start problems with everyone. And as he's going through talking smack to everybody in there, and I mean really getting in their face, like, if he were to do that like nowadays, like as adults, like we would just fight like right away, right? And anyway, the guy like turns to me and he's like, "And who is this mother?" and just started
Yeah.
going off on me right away. And I was like, "Yo, no, go back to the guy you were just talking to, and like, because I'm not the one, buddy. Like, go
Yeah.
back to your friend." And we start getting into it, and I basically tell him like, if you don't chill, like, I'm gonna remove you from the apartment. And he is running around talking shit, and he gets near the door, and two guys grab him, open up the door, and I get up, I rush up, and I grab him from the front, like from the front of him, grab his waist and like help literally like push him out and throw him out, and then close the door, lock it. Now another guy walks up and he's like, "Yo, that's my friend. Let me go out. Let me calm him down. Let me take care of him." So we open up the door, let him go out, close the door, lock it, right? Now, at that point, I'm like, "We're out of here," to my buddy. I'm like, "We got to get out of here. This is crazy. Like, we never should have come here." And I'm thinking, like, at this point, like, once I look out in the parking lot and I know that they're gone, we're out of here, right? And over time, we keep looking out the window, keep looking out the window. They're gone. The guy, the little white kid that was with the black dude, actually came back up at some point, and
Yeah.
then came back down. And then he was like, "We're leaving. Sorry." He apologized to all of us. He specifically came and apologized to me. And then he came out. Well, what I didn't know is that when he did that, he came up in the kitchen and got a kitchen knife, and then brought the kitchen knife down to the guy who was waiting down there. And I had no idea at the time. But after we waited another, like, I don't even know how long, 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever. Once the coast was like for sure clear, we were like, "Let's go. We're rolling out of here." So we go outside, walk out in the breezeway, walk down the steps. It was a second floor apartment. We walk down the breezeway. The second we get down to the ground level, dude is walking back to the parking lot from like behind the street light, and he grabs like a signpost and he starts like shaking the signpost like he's trying to rip it out of the ground, and it's actually moving. Like,
Yeah.
I was actually impressed. Like, the dude was just losing it. And then he starts yelling at us and whatever, and in my head I'm just like locked in on him, like, what the fuck is going on,
Yeah.
and, I think, oh, actually, the kid hadn't gone back up at that point. He had just apologized. He went back up while we were standing there, while this dude was making a big scene. He went
Yeah.
back up in the apartment, got a kitchen knife, and walked down with it, went behind the car, and I guess that's when he slid it to him, and that's when this kid, so there's basically the steps down from the breezeway, the sidewalk, and then the first row of a parking lot, the gap in the middle where cars go through, and then the second row of the parking lot where he was. And it was probably like literally 21 to 30 feet, literally. And
Yeah.
he just starts marching towards us like hardcore. And I'm like, "Oh, we're about to get in a fist fight." And I even tell my boy, I'm like, "Yo, square up. Like, we're about to get in a fist fight." And there's this split second where I see a shine. He had, so like, picture this with like a big kitchen knife. He had tucked the blade like that,
Yeah.
and I saw like this shine of the blade behind his hand. So if someone, this is what I always say, I always believe this. If he was trying to scare somebody, you'd be holding it like that, right? You'd be like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna cut you," right? This
Yeah.
dude straight prison style had it
Yeah.
like this, like he was gonna come up and
He
start
was
saying,
he was tucking it. Yeah.
yeah, he had that thing tucked and in an effective way too. And in a reverse grip, like that, dude, when you get up on somebody,
Do some
right?
slashing, stab. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So the moment that I saw the shine of the blade, because there were street lights out there, I
Yeah.
like right away I drew, and I just, pointed it directly at him, and I was high chest, and I just started screaming. I was like, "Stop, stop, drop it, drop it. I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna shoot you."
Yeah.
Then I just started like going crazy, like, "Imma shoot you in the fucking face. I will kill
Yeah.
you." And I
Yeah.
think because when someone's pointing a gun at you, right, you have, like, 1 square inch that you can that's all you see, right? And it's, like,
Yeah.
pitch black outside aside from the streetlights. And I think that he was just so drunk that he did not realize that I was actually aiming a gun at him the whole time, and I
Mm,
also think he didn't expect somebody to draw a
sure.
handgun on him,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he's continuing walking towards me, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I am going to have to shoot this
Glad to-
kid."
Yeah.
Yeah, and as he got closer and closer and closer, I think it finally clicked. It was like, "Oh my god," and dude, all the slack on the trigger was gone. Like, it was like the next couple steps he makes, like, that'll be his last.
Yeah.
And he ended up noticing what I was doing, and he literally dropped the knife to the ground, put up his hands, dropped to the ground, and was like, "Ah," I'm just kidding. No, he dropped to the ground, put his hands up. I told him, "Get on the ground." I literally grabbed the knife and I chucked it or kicked it away, I don't even remember, but I was holding him at gunpoint, and because I was screaming so loud, I mean,
Yeah.
I have probably never screamed louder in my life. Uh, Everyone came out of the party and they
Yeah.
all like poured outside. And I'm sitting here. What do they see? They see a guy with a gun holding
Mhm.
this dude against his will, basically. So
Yeah.
everyone starts freaking out. I hear like people are saying, like, "Call the police, he's got a gun." And it was just like terrible.
Oh, you
So,
don't understand. He tried to stab me. And just
yeah, like I this okay, this is the weirdest thing. When I'm backing up from the situation, just trying to get back to my car, I ended up leaving my friend there. Um, I'm backing up, and this dude is like a total, like, stupid, like, brovet looking guy. He, like, rushes me while I have my gun in my hand. Okay, this is fresh situation just
not
happened.
not the drunk guy. This is a completely separate guy?
Totally separate guy that came from the inside, okay?
Yeah.
I'm sitting here at, like, full extension, and I kinda back up as people get closer to me. I'm, like, backing up, backing up, backing up to the point where I have my gun at, like, thumb pectoral index, like, tucked back
Mhm.
into me to where I could still shoot if somebody, tried to, like, rush me or something.
Yeah.
But the guy runs up to me, and he's like, "Yo, what are you doing?" I was like, "Yo, the guy just pulled a fucking knife on me. Like, chill,
Yeah.
back up." And he's like, "Oh, I you have your carry permit? I have my carry permit too. Is that a Glock?" I'm like,
Not the time,
"Bro,
guy, not the
yeah.
time.
Like, are you serious?" Like, I thought he was gonna be like, "Are those tritium sights?" Like,
Hey,
dude,
that's pretty
I couldn't but he
Aren't
was
you DLD After Dark? Just
yeah, right? This was way before
yeah,
DLD. But, like, it was one of those moments where, like, "Bro, did you think you were in the gun shop?" Like, what it was the most bizarre thing. But
yeah,
anyway, I end up getting in my car, and I peel out of there, and I know that all those people, probably 20 people, were sitting out there, saw me, saw my car, got my plates, and all they know is there was a guy with a gun, and I kicked her through the knife or whatever I did. I think I
yeah,
kicked it, and, he's just sitting there at gunpoint, probably like, "Yeah, this guy just pulled a gun. I have no idea
yeah,
what happened,"
totally.
you know?
Totally didn't have a
So
knife to stab him.
yeah, I was totally not gonna put his insides outsides. So, like, neighborhood that I was at, literally 1 block over, like, directly behind the neighborhood, there's this, movie theater we used to go to as kids, and there were always cops there on the weekend. So I
Mm,
was like, so I don't have to deal with getting a call and a felony stop and all that. I'm gonna go there, and I'm literally gonna walk up to a cop and tell him what happened." So the first thing I did is I pull up to the movie theater, I roll up, I see 2 cops there. One of the squad cars is empty, one literally has a cop standing out there. So I park my car, I walk up, and I'm thinking the call already went out. I literally walk up with my hands up, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Acting all weird. And I'm like, "Look, I'm friendly. I'm friendly. I'm friendly. I just wanted to let you know I have my permit to carry concealed handgun. I just had to draw my handgun on a guy that pulled a knife on me." He was
yeah.
like,
Did you shoot
"Did
him?
you shoot him?" Yeah, straight up, "Did you shoot him?" And I was like, "Well, no, I didn't have to." He's like, "Why didn't you shoot him?" I was like, "'Cause he dropped the knife."
Yeah.
He dropped the knife, and the cop was like, "I would've shot him." I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo,
I mean,
that
yeah.
yeah, that they don't care, they don't care." But
Yeah.
at that time, that dude, that everything like stuck with me from that situation. And if I just didn't agree to go in the first place, none of that ever would have happened.
Yeah. Yeah. And it says like the thing is like don't go stupid places at stupid times with stupid people, right?
Yep, yep,
I mean that's the whole thing. Um, yeah, I have fortunately have never had to do that, and I hope I don't ever have to do that. But it is what it is.
yeah,
The times that we live in, you do really just never know at this point.
yeah,
Um, just I just hope people are ready if that time comes.
yep. Dude, I
And
was
hopefully they have
so
training enough to have, um, trigger discipline like you did to, say, hey, drop it or whatever.
dude, I
That's one of the reasons why Jaeger's training is so good. And I talk about him a lot, but dude, that class and his training and stuff is awesome. It's literally one of the best things I've ever done.
yeah,
And I want to go back to their classes. I haven't yet, but I want to. When the part of the draw stroke that they teach you is when you obviously when you're on a line. I mean, you have a
mhm,
line at the range for a reason. Like you're shooting toward
mhm,
a safe direction. Um, but when you're on that line, they want you to move. They want you to step.
yeah,
And that stimulates. Not necessarily they don't want you just to step one time when if you're drawing your pistol, out in the wild or whatever. I mean,
mhm,
they want you to move. They want you to move when you're doing that. And the
yeah,
reason why is because they want you to be able to get off the X. Not only that, they tell you as part of your draw stroke when you go to grab your pistol, you yell stop. And the reason for that is because if you yell stop, that's the thing that people are going to hear when you have to maybe possibly shoot somebody.
yeah,
That's what they hear, not I'm gonna kill you. I want to kill you. Or
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna whatever. They're not gonna hear that. They're gonna hear stop, stop, and that is also like another point. Like, what are these people gonna say when they get interviewed by the police, like, or whatever? Well, I
yeah,
heard him say he was gonna kill him, or whatever, he didn't
yep,
hear
yep,
stop, he didn't hear, that kind of thing. So
yeah.
it's just another point to training that, just hopefully it sticks with you.
Dude, I was so undertrained and so underdeveloped, and aside from, I think I had taken one class at that point, and it was by like the oldest Marine that like was in existence that could walk. And I mean, it was still good. I remember his name. He was an NRA instructor for a long time, and there was an NRA range the area. Now all you guys can Google that. But there was an NRA shooting range at the NRA museum not too far from where I lived, and I went there, and then the dude was doing private lessons, so I took one pistol class, like after I went through the class of getting like my permit and all that. But dude, I was so undertrained prior to that, though. Prior to actually having a holster and a gun belt, and an extra magazine and all that stuff, which I had on me at that time. I was carrying a Glock on a clip draw inside my waistband, like
Yeah.
Mexi carry style,
Yeah.
and
Carry
no holster. Yeah,
I
it
carried
was.
a Sigma like that. That was actually my first pistol that, my dad actually bought me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and, yeah, I did that too. I
W-
totally
was
carried it without a holster in
was
the
it
past.
an actual Sigma or was it like the
Yes.
SWV?
No, this was an actual Sigma.
Nice.
Yeah,
'Cause-
and I got rid of that pistol a while back, and I really wish I hadn't,
Yeah.
because now my dad has passed, and I was like, "Man, I really wish I had that," because he's that's the
Mm,
first one he bought me.
damn.
But
Could
and
you
not
track
only
it
that,
down?
I thought I could, and the guys that I sold it to, like, I tried to, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I sold to this guy," and this guy got a hold of him, "Oh, yeah, I sold to this guy," and I was like, "Man, okay, whatever." So,
Yeah, they move quick, especially like sub $200 gun, or cheaper guns. They move pretty
yep.
quickly. Yeah, man. If I could go back and change anything, obviously it would be never going there. But assuming that I always went in every scenario, what I would change is the amount of training that I had. I definitely would have been carrying a 19 and not a Glock 23. I'm just kidding. No, but man, there's so many things I did wrong. I didn't move once. I didn't move. I didn't get off the X. I didn't back up. And so
Yeah.
many people are like, "Oh, the 21-foot rule." This dude was moving fast. What I'm explaining happened in like a matter of a couple seconds. What you got
Fort
there?
Scott munitions.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
dude. The right ammunition in the right places will stop ish nearly immediately in the right
Yeah.
situations. Did you know a 50 BMG is pushing like I was just watching I know, sorry guys. I was watching Demo Ranch's video. It just popped up. He actually has notifications unlike channels like me.
Yeah.
Um
See
yeah,
them all done.
yeah. It was like 6,400 to 8,300 and some change foot pounds of energy from a 50 BMG.
Mm, that's a lot.
Like, what? Like, some of my 10 millimeter ammo is like 750 plus foot-pounds of energy, which is insane. And,
Yeah.
just thinking of, like, 6,400 to 8,350 foot-pounds of energy, like, that is, like a Mack truck hitting you at
Yeah.
120 miles an hour. Like, that's
Yeah.
insanity, dude.
Yeah. That's
I
a
guess that's why.
lot. A lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's why they call it, anti-material
I'll
for
say
us
this,
to
it's like
do this.
the Fort Scott, like I'm in no way associated with them at all. I like their product. I think it's really cool. The fact that it basically will pretty much go through any kind of hard surface. They've done a lot of testing. You get they had some chick brought pigs. if
Okay, that's another story. I'll talk about that one too, but that's different. I didn't kill a
so if
person, I killed a pig.
they the Fort Scott munitions, man, it's first of all, it's light. And I got a full, 15 round Glock 19 magazine in here. And it's literally like almost half the weight of a regular HST, magazine it would
Yeah,
have.
it's super light,
Uh,
super light.
yeah. But the penetration you get off these things, you can go to their YouTube channel and look at it. Tons of stuff that they've actually shot this stuff through, and it has a lot of penetrating power. That's pretty cool.
That's what you
Uh,
need on your 19 magazine, 20 plus 1.
who's that
It's
from?
the Strike Industries EMP. This one is
Oh,
Cerakoted because it's part of a Cerakoted gun, but
yeah.
+5 on it says +5 or 6. But
Mhm.
it's if you get 20 in there, you're having a good day, so
That's cool. But yeah, the penetration is retarded, and not only that, once it hits fleshy material, it just tumbles and it makes a big old wound channel. So
yeah.
I mean, there's tons of stuff on their YouTube channel where they've tested stuff and where they've had like stories of like people killing like a bear with a 380 that they make. I mean, it's
Dang,
ridiculous. Yeah.
that's crazy.
I mean, can you imagine putting out a
Um,
bear with a 380?
dude, no, I just literally was talking about a story where, these dudes put, like, literally more than 40 rounds into a bear and, 45 ACP, 45 long Colt, 10 millimeter, and it didn't even make it through the fat. Like,
Mm.
after they skinned it, they literally were pulling projectiles out of the fat, did not even make it to the bear's vitals at all.
That's well, there's a video out there. I don't know if it's on Fort Scott's YouTube channel or not, but you can just literally look it up. Fort Scott munitions, like 9 millimeter versus bear, and it comes up. It's nuts, and they show you the wound channel and the cavity and everything once they cut it open and stuff. It is crazy.
Well, I mean, they do say that, velocity beats armor, and bears are heavily armored,
Their
with
skin
stuff that
alone.
yeah, and it's stuff that loves, like, stopping jacketed hollow points.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like it a lot.
What's going on? Are
I,
people getting upset? What am I missing? People say YouTube is glitching, people are why you say, "Okay, bye." What did I miss?
oh, what didn't happen?
Joe Morris, don't leave me. Okay, don't leave me. Okay, so the pig at the party thing, that was kinda different. A friend of mine, we used to go out to this cabin and party out there, and, I always carried a gun. even before I had my permit. And I
Mm,
was carrying a Glock 32 357 SIG that I had all custom done up, gray Dura-coated. This is before Cerakote. Gray
yeah.
Dura-coated frame with a chrome brush chrome slide, and it was a gorgeous, gorgeous gun. But 357 SIG was like the shit back then, you know? And
Yeah.
the friend, the girl who had a pet pig, brought it over, and it was attacked by the dog that they had there at the cabin. It was a Mastiff Hound, and
Mm,
it destroyed that pig. But it basically like ripped it open and pulled its guts out, and it was still alive. And it would have taken a long time for the pig to die. So everyone is like, we need to put the pig down. Like, this is bad. And she's like, can we call like an animal ambulance or something? I'm like, oh my God. Like, no, there ain't no, you're not putting
yeah.
that stuff back inside of him, you know?
Wow.
And people are like, what can we do? We need to put him down. And one of my buddies looks at me like, come on, I know you're strapped, you know. So I'm like, all right, I got a gun. I'll put him down.
Okay, I have a gun.
So yeah, don't worry, guys. I have a gun. So my stupid ass has some Spear Gold Dot 357 SIGs that are probably moving at like 1,800 feet per second. I mean, they were crazy. That's probably an exaggeration, but crazy fast, right?
A lot.
Yeah, yeah, super fast. And I don't know what you guys know about Spear, but Spear does not always
Open up.
um yeah, they don't always perform like they're supposed to. They're supposed to, upon impact with a liquid medium like flesh, they're supposed to open up
Flower.
and exactly, and then they, transfer the energy to the item, and then the item that the target is dead. Uh, they don't do that. I don't care if all the people say, "Well, my spear worked great." They may, but I've done tests in water. I've done tests with, foods. I've done tests. Spear is just like unless it achieves a certain velocity and unless it hits stuff just right, it's not gonna expand like it's supposed to. Sorry, guys. That's just in my experience. That's what I found. Okay. So
I think a
anyway,
lot of people carry it because police supposedly carry it, and that's the
yeah.
reason why a lot of people are just like, "Oh, spirit go dog."
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I stepped back and I had this Laser Max guide rod laser, right? And I don't know why. I guess like I thought that like it was sighted in, but it was sighted in by uh, a professional at like 21 feet or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know shit about lasers like that back then, and I literally put the laser right on the pig and I shoot it, and it just zoom, it just zips right through, dude. You can literally see the impact, like, like it bounced off, and the pig's like, "Quack, quack, quack, quack,
Yeah.
quack." I'm like, "Oh," and then the girl is like in the living room through like the open screen doors, and she can hear it. It was so bad. So the guy, I guess there was like an old, either 10 gauge or 12 gauge, like a single shot shotgun there. So he walks out with buckshot, and I swear this thing is like a 26-inch barrel. Okay. It's like massive. He walks out and he hits this thing with one round. It's probably 12 gauge.
Mm.
And this pig that was like laying on the ground, like, whack, 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 he hits it. And it is like someone, like, if you had a little miniature, like, seesaw and someone put their foot on the pig and was like, boom. And like, ah, this pig was like, boom, like 20 feet in the air. This pig flew up and then there was no more noises after that.
Wow.
I was like, man, we should have just led with that. Like
Yes,
that
and that
yeah, instead of me, discharging a 357 SIG and just very much upsetting the little guy.
yeah,
It was
that
bad.
sucks, man. I
Yeah.
have never had to do that or whatever with any kind of animal. I'm very man. If I and I'm never I don't hunt and stuff like that. Like I'm just not in. I would if I had to or whatnot, but um
Mhm.
I'm not a hunter. And if I shot a deer, I'd probably cry. I ain't gonna lie. So
Dude,
that's just me.
I would recommend field dressing a deer
Oh, I need to
before.
learn for sure. I mean, everybody needs to learn how to do that kind of stuff for sure. Because I mean,
Yeah,
if it hits the fan, like got to kind of know stuff.
yeah. I mean,
I know it needs to happen. I just haven't done it yet.
yeah, it's pretty brutal and pretty disgusting, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know. I when I did it and I learned how to do it, yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. It was disgusting. I slit open the belly. There was corn and shite everywhere, and it was just the smell and then the deer that I hit actually we lost the trail. The blood trail. It ended up like showing its face like a year later, the next season. My buddy saw it. I hit him with a subsonic 300 blackout, and it just didn't go through his shoulder bone. And he showed up all rough and jacked up and scarred up, and probably still had the bullet in his ass.
Wow.
You know, because it's like it's a property and it's pretty well closed in, and the deer
Yeah.
population is like we had permission from the owner to go there. And yeah, it's crazy, man. Like ripping out whatever. Yeah, it's important to
Yeah.
you know
I think it's definitely needs to be learned. I just have never done it. I don't. In I have a lot of people in my family that hunt and stuff like that. Like, I just
yeah.
never have. I've never done it. So
I would
tell Pat.
probably
You know who Pat is, right? Pat RMG.
no. I know
Well,
you sent me the thing,
yeah,
but I haven't seen him.
he's a YouTuber and he does a lot of hunting and stuff like that. And I've told him, and he lives close to me, like within 30 minutes. And I've told him all the time, like, hey, I'll go with you, and we should do some videos and do that kind of thing. But I just never have went yet. But
Well, just know that if you show a dead deer and a 3D printed rifle, your stream will be taken down immediately.
oh yeah,
I can vouch for that 100%.
that's pretty crappy.
Bob Masavo, Corn Pop, Drew, all you guys coming in. What's up, guys? Good to see you. I know some of y'all been here for a minute. G23, what's up, player? All you guys. Sorry, I've been sidetracked telling stories and stuff, war stories. Color
No worries.
corrected a bunch of the pics, so the rifles in my store too. If anyone was on the fence, they look better now. Nice, yeah, guys. Show Frag Out some love, man. Frag Out is selling stuff crazy cheap right now, and I would encourage all you guys to, if you're in the market for some pretty fire stuff, he's selling. At least the last time, 2 days ago, he had Glocks that were lasered with hand-drawn patterns, like one-offs that were lasered, engraved, Cerakoted, and battle worn, and they were like 649. Like crazy, crazy affordable stuff. So I recommend that you guys check it out if you're in the market. Honestly, I've been super, super like sorry, I've been super tempted to put something on the credit card. Hang on for 1 second. So we're gonna do a quick break. Hang out for 1 second, guys. I'm gonna show you guys a quick video for the homies tech knives. And I muted it, so please don't use this video that you're watching right now as the example of what I was talking about, because that would be stupid because it's muted. Moving along here. What's going on, guys? It's Dark with DLD After Dark. I wanted to give a quick shout out to one of my favorite knife companies, Tack Knives USA. Now, Tack Knives has been a huge supporter of the DLD After Dark channel for a long time, so I want to show the same support right back to them. If you use code DARK, that's DARK, you get 20% off your order. That's 20% off your order. A little kickback comes back to the channel just because you came there off of my recommendation. The money doesn't come from you, it comes from the company. So don't worry about that. You'll be able to support Tack Knives. You'll get a great OTF knife or auto knife for an excellent price, and you'll be supporting the channel as well. Why don't we take a quick look at some of their products?
The Nighthawk V2 with the double-edged dagger blade. This thing is gorgeous, very crisp action. This is in 154 CM steel. This is the Barracuda in the Warncliffe blade. This is a D2 tool steel. This has been one of my EDCs for a while. I highly recommend it. Gorgeous Warncliffe blade. This is also D2 tool steel as well. Very solid action. This is the reverse grip karambit, so it opens like this. So for all you super cool tactical guys, can't do it with a serious face. There you go.
Guys, I appreciate y'all so much. If it weren't for you guys, if it weren't for the viewers, if it weren't for the channel members, we literally would not be able to do this. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you to Tack Knives. Thank you to you. Now let's get back to the show.
Don't ask me how many times I had to do that.
Boom, boom, boom. There you go, guys. Gives us a quick little minute and a half break and puts you guys on to Tack Knives USA, where when you use code DARK, you save 20% off your order. And you
There you
can
go.
get delightful things like this. They're actually great knives. I love them. Yeah, I just wanted to show those off. These are my homies. Also, I'm literally in the middle of filming and editing one for Goombame. And if you know anything about the Goombames, and you can also purchase the Goombames on fattech.com as
I
well.
saw you saw you were talking about the other night, and you were talking about how you filmed that thing and you couldn't get it to go into StreamYard. So that's the reason why you have to do it like that.
Yep.
So
Dude,
what is the deal? Well, like why?
so once the video, so I filmed it in 4K at 60 frames per second. I
Right.
think that was the issue because when I went to go upload it, so what I wanted was the one click thing on StreamYard to
Right.
where like when we're sitting here and I'm like, oh, let's take a quick break.
This shit's gonna blow up.
No, it won't blow.
All right, for sure.
Just a quick little, little video. You can just do one click.
Hold on a sec. I'm going to get me a beer.
Yeah. So I went to go, I filmed it and I uploaded it and it said, this is too big. This file is too big. It's exceeding this amount, 200, gigawatts or whatever. So I said, okay, so I'm going to edit it back down to a minute and 30 seconds. It was like a minute and 45 seconds. So edit it down to a minute and 30 seconds. And then it's like, this is too big. It needs to be, less than 200 gigawatts. So I was like, okay, whatever. So uh, I I downloaded it to my machine, to my computer, and then I was just like, I'll just show it from there. And I show it from there. And whatever happened between saving it and playing it there, it was like all like bright white, like I looked like a ghost, like the quality was just like dog-ish, right? So I'm like, okay, let me just upload it. Maybe when I upload it, then I can save it to, no, I couldn't do that. But I had uploaded it. I didn't initially upload it so that people would go watch it on my YouTube channel.
Right.
I just uploaded it so I could have access to it to be able to screen share it because it was like, don't forget that if this file is too big to save the video, you could just screen share it. I'm like, whatever, I'll just do that. So that's what I'm doing. I mean, I would love, maybe what I'll do is I'll film it again in a non 4K at 60 frames per second because it definitely did not look 4K at 60 frames per second. I,
Well,
I I think YouTube is like, yeah, this is just fine in 1080p,
we did that with a couple of ours that we had when we had the podcast. We did a couple of those and we filmed them, and I couldn't figure out how to get the mics to work on the thing. So it was like, it's just
Yeah.
so it's either one or the other. Like, it's just one headache or another, man.
Yep. It's constant, man.
I have a love-hate relationship with StreamYard.
Mhm.
I like it because it does well for what it does or whatever. And I pay $50 a month for StreamYard. And for some reason,
Yeah.
it just never works with what I want it to do. Never does. And nothing ever goes right with it. Like if I was to play music right now, it would sound so digital because it's on StreamYard. And it doesn't sound like that when I play it on here, when I play it on my Roadcaster or whatever. But for whatever reason, when you play it back through like a podcast thing or whatever, it sounds digital as crap. And it sounds like garbage. Yeah. That's the StreamYard music, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm talking about
Oh,
this
but you're
music.
talking when you upload it.
Yeah. Like this right here would sound. It's. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it does it
Sounds
sound okay
great.
to you?
It
Okay.
sounds great.
You go back and you listen to this again. It sounds like crap. It sounds like garbage. Absolute garbage. So
Really? Is it
yeah,
the audio from the mic, your vocals, and the music competing, maybe?
don't know. I don't know how to make it work together. It's never been able to do that for some reason. That always happens, and then I pay for 1080 whatever the biggest amount of that you can find on here the footage or whatever always turns out like crap and garbage. Like it's like 720 or something like that. It's stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
It
Yeah, I
never
think
works for me.
apparently, unless you literally upload it in and, like, hand select 4K in 2 places, it won't upload it in 4K, and for a while, YouTube was like, "We are pushing 4K, 4K, 4K." Like, for a little while, they were pushing if you stream vertically on an Apple device, they're gonna put it in front of every dude, I got 3,500 views on 1 hour-long live stream that I
Mm,
did because I streamed vertically on an Apple device, and it was like so what they were doing is if you went into YouTube Shorts and you
mhm,
swipe through more than, like, 10 shorts, it
mhm.
would put live streams in front of you. So then as you're streaming through
Yeah,
shorts, all of a sudden you're seeing vertical live streams,
yeah.
and I was getting all these strangers, but I got, like, 40 subscribers and, it kinda blew up. By the way, if you found me from that live stream, then, shout out to you, welcome. I appreciate you being here. But,
Yeah. No, it did that for a while, and there was I think they're trying to compete with, like, TikTok is what it is, 'cause that's what
yeah,
TikTok does. Like, they have a live stream thing that they show, and you swipe through it or whatever.
yeah.
I actually just joined TikTok for the first time.
Did you
Uh,
really?
yeah, I did, yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Now, I had a Black Diamond Guns of Gear one, and literally seconds after I would upload a video, it was just automatically taken off. And so I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, so now I did one as me, as I don't I have like one video up there. I don't know if I'll ever use it.
So I've never downloaded the app. I mean, look, a lot of people are like, how could you ever download TikTok? You can't download TikTok. Like as people are like on, Google and YouTube and all that. Like, dude, they all do the same thing. They're all reporting back to the CCP, the
Yep.
federal government.
Yep.
Did you see that? Well, hold on. So Lightning McQueen, good to see you, brother. He says, "What did you crush your nuts with to make your voice sound like that?" All it is my voice at like
Discord.
1.5x speed or 2x speed or whatever it is. That's all I did. It's actually no, what I did is I literally inhaled helium as I recorded it,
Yeah.
and it's the easiest
Talk
thing.
really fast.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. I was like, yeah, this is in D2 tool steel. No, it's still like I wanted to reduce the time. I wanted to make it at least kind of watchable, and also because look, I know it's a commercial, right? It's a literal commercial.
Mhm.
But shout out to those that have purchased Tack Knives because that does support the channel when you use code Dark. Thank you. And pretty soon we'll have our stuff up on Fat Tack once I get my ish together. Um, yeah, yeah, we'll get there. But there's something else, someone else I wanted to address. Hang on. I think I missed one comment. I don't remember. I can't find it. But anyway, yeah, I've never downloaded TikTok, but they're all as evil as the other. If anything, Alphabet is quite possibly the most evil company in existence. And oh, that's what I was going to say. Did you see that the Department of Homeland Security is now monitoring private property transactions where people are purchasing things like 3D printers online, filament online, gun parts online,
I mean, I just think
already
they do that any
rails. Yeah, see, I always figured they were doing it anyway, but now they are putting out articles saying that they're doing it, and then if somebody orders 3D printing filament, 3D printer, Glock rails, and a lower parts kit, a slide, a barrel, anything that makes them think that you may be building a ghost gun or an untraceable firearm, they said that they'll investigate you and then they'll look at your social media and all this. I'm like, bro, what?
Oh, I'm not. Of course, I'm like opposed to that happening. Like that's terrible, and that should not happen. It's against the law and all that stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it's going to happen. Like, I mean, I don't understand why people are shocked about it. To be honest with you, like you should
I
just know it's happening. Is all I'm saying.
Dude, I'm with I 100%. I have always thought that they are in everything, watching everything, reviewing everything, and but
You think they're not watching this right now? Of course they are.
of course, 100% certainty. Okay, I'll tell you this. I had mentioned this before several times, but apparently there was a kid that was a foster kid. He was one of 9 kids. He was getting assaulted by the father in not good ways. There's no good assault, but you know what I mean, right? He was
Yes.
inappropriately, SA, yeah. And and he was saying that, out of all the 9 kids, all the kids that were older than the age of like 7 were all being forced to do terrible things with each other. Okay. So this kid who is 17, he calls in to this podcast. All right. This podcast is a woman who has a podcast. Her channel has like 500 and something subscribers, and there were like 32 people watching the stream. And she has a hair and makeup stream and a single woman like single woman empowerment channel. Okay. Hair, makeup, single woman empowerment. So this kid calls in and he says, like, all this stuff is going on with his family. Well, guess what? Law enforcement was watching the show. They just happened to be watching. Now, I figured law enforcement watches hair, makeup, and single woman empowerment streams with 500 subscribers and 32 people in chat. But
Uh,
like it hit me then. I always say like, oh, 52 people in chat. So that means there's 5.2 federal agents watching this. Like, no, dead ass serious. They
yeah.
are absolutely watching because they're just waiting for me. Even when I put up that 3D printed upper with the angled vertical grip, I'm like, man, they can't really see that angle from from that angle. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, are they gonna kick in my door from that shit?
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, it's awesome. If you're in if you're in the game at all of social media when it comes to like firearms or anything like that, 100% they watch everything you do.
for sure. Yeah.
And if they're not physically watching it, they're 100% have people that are reporting to them about what you're doing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Anthony Smith, thank you. Says little update. Tomorrow we leave for Spokane for Elena. That's his dog. Uh, for four out of four melanoma vaccines. Thank you everyone for your donations and prayers, and thank you God for making all you the way that you are. Thank you. That's awesome. And thank you for the update. And man, just hope you have a good trip. Hope you're safe, and man, God bless you, your family, and your dog, dude. That's it's a tough thing you're going through. I'm glad we were able to help raise money.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. He was like, YouTube has people assigned just to your stream, which is probably true. I mean, that's 100% true.
I believe that absolutely. But it's probably not just like a a
AI
room
absolutely plays a big part of it too, though. By the way,
for
like
sure.
if you're saying words that it picks up with like keywords or whatever,
Yeah,
it's gonna.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I think there's an element of what YouTube is watching and what YouTube is forwarding to people. I don't think that there's like a room of 12 agents where there's like a DLD After Dark logo on the door. I think what
yeah,
it more than likely is there may be a dozen people or 144 people, I don't know, that are watching all of these shows, all of these videos. But it's interesting that they're watching us and they're not watching these dudes that are illegally selling Glock switches on Telegram through YouTube and Instagram. I mean, honestly, that's probably them, right? Like that's
yeah,
probably
maybe.
the feds doing that. But it just drives me crazy that all these criminals are doing illegal shit, and then they're either getting out or staying out, and then they're going after people that are seemingly, regular dudes that are not actively breaking the law. They're just gun guys, you know?
It's because it's not actually about safety.
Yeah, for sure. It's
It's just
about control.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, PLA. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, I mean, dude, I look, I think honestly we're so close to the point of stuff popping off here. So I'll tell you this. Let me know your thoughts. In your mind, actually, I'll ask you first. In your mind, if you were to think, okay, S is about to HTF, what do you picture happening in the United States?
I've always said this. Like, I know people that are like, "Oh, I'm ready for this to happen. I'm ready for a revolution, all this or whatever." And personally, I also know people, like Small Josh, dude. He's been to war. Like
Mhm.
went to Iraq and Afghanistan. My brother, who owns Fat Tack, he's been deployed like 3 times. He's been to Afghanistan, Iraq, Poland, all these places.
Mhm.
Um, they've been to war, and they say, believe me, you do not want that to happen. And
Yeah.
I cannot not agree with them more. Like, I mean, or I can't, however you say that. I agree with him. You do not want that to happen. You don't want that to
Of
happen
course.
here because
Yeah.
it's literally like the worst thing. Like, I mean, so I can't imagine what it would be like, to be honest with you. I really can't, because although I think you should be ready for it, I don't think you're going to be ready for something where you're like, like tonight, let's say, you got to eat dinner with your family, you put your kid to sleep, you go to sleep and maybe go to church in the morning, or maybe if it's on Sunday night, you get ready, you go to work the next day on Monday,
Mhm.
recycle, do it all over again. You don't get to do that, man.
Yeah.
Not when that's popping off right in your face. Like, that doesn't happen anymore. You don't go sit down for dinner with your family anymore. You're
Yeah.
fighting or whatever. That just does not happen. And I don't think
You're
that people
you're
understand
you're eating out of a cup, you're
that.
falling asleep, seated against the wall. You're, stepping over bodies, like eating MREs and
Normal life will be really hard to go back to if that
you
happens
know,
here. So why would anybody want that to start off? I don't understand that.
I honestly, yeah, Frag out nailed it. Famine, chaos, and more chaos. It's, dude. Even when we were reading that story about Bosnia, the SHTF in Bosnia after the Civil War, like, dude, that the stories. What was it, Selco? That was like some stuff from your nightmares. Like, if you did not walk through like the alleys and fence hop behind the backyards, if you walk down the street, if you were wearing a backpack, you were going to get shot by snipers so the people on the street could loot your backpack. Like, as you're dying and bleeding out in the street, these people were like going through your backpack. If your neighbors caught you sneaking outside to poop, they would know that you have food. So they're coming in to take your stuff. Like, stuff that, like, it was just unimaginable, you know?
Yeah.
I what I think, after I'm looking at, like, okay, like, look at how many military age males that China is sending over. They're not sending a bunch of, like, women over. The ones that do come over, I'm sure they're, involved in, the sex, slavery and all that shit. But a bunch of military age males that are all seemingly military trained. They're all either standing at parade rests or at ease, or all wearing the same stuff with the same style bags with the same. They just look uniform, and I mean uniform
Yeah.
by consistent, right? And if they're sending all these people over here, who is China working with? Who has China been working with? The cartels. And I started thinking, I was like, man, who would, if we went to war with another country, other countries, there's politicking, there's this and that, there's give and take, and there's all, like, the stuff you got to work out. There's like moral boundaries they won't cross. But who could they work with that don't have moral boundaries, that would do anything for a price? And the cartels are used to hanging families from bridges as a courtesy. by the way. That is a courtesy of the cartel, so they don't spread your loved one all over the country. They leave them there for you to be able to find if you're lucky enough for that. Um, Man, I can't help think that, like, China is buying up all this agricultural land, all these other people that know that we're probably gonna be set back to the Stone Ages, like old Microsoft Bill is out there buying, agricultural land, farmland. There's all these just crazy, like, you know, crazy things that are happening with, like, food production plants and food distribution centers. They're getting planes crashed into them. So it just, some weird stuff is going on there. I'm sure I could get a Venn diagram and, like, probably tie stuff together. But if you have China bringing all these people over that are probably sleeper cells. You have China that are buying all this agricultural land. You have China buying all this property that happens to be surrounding our military bases. And you have the cartels that are willing to do anything for a price, anything, right? Possibly even kill their own clients, right? Because we're all their drug clientele, right? But I mean, anything for a price, right? So, I mean, I could see something crazy happening, like China amongst other countries partnering with the cartel to activate sleeper cells and burn this mofo down. And
Yeah.
imagine just, armored SUVs running through the street all over the place in every single state where you're fighting against the cartels, the Chinese, Russian. Well, I don't know. I don't care, right? Like, just it made it that much more terrifying when I thought about it from that perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I can totally see all that. I mean, we've all seen the videos of who's crossing the border, dude. We've all seen those.
Yeah.
And it's not a Mexican thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not it at all. Like, and
Mhm.
if you don't see that, I don't understand how you can't. I don't understand how you can't see something's not coming. Is all I'm saying. And
Remember, the cartels are used to ruling over areas without a Second Amendment, for sure. Yeah, I mean, look, I
that's honestly what has kept us out of a lot of stuff is that people think that there's one behind every blade of grass, which is
yeah.
absolutely true. And I don't want them to think otherwise. I mean, obviously that's completely true. Uh,
Yeah.
but man, like, I don't know. It's bound to give, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I agree with what DB Cooper is saying. DB Cooper, good to see you, by the way. He says everything will culminate around erection, and an erection will happen this year, uh, around November. He's not talking about an actual erection, guys. He's talking about the erection. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. All I can say is I think it's best that all of us, take this time to get right with our families, get right with God, and then prepare with the worldly stuff. Because even preparation, and I find myself, and we can kind of close on this. I find myself like having a little bit of like personal conflict with me being right with God, me having a relationship with Jesus, and me, you know, because I feel two things. First, so one thing I want to bring up before I forget is prepping and not being a worldly dirtbag, right? I think
Yeah.
there's like a line between there. But the other thing is I said something before last time you and I were on, and I want to not correct, but I want to change a perspective of something. I had said that I think that things over the last like 3.5 years or so have been so difficult that it's bringing so many more people to Jesus, and
Yeah.
a lot more people are openly talking about it. And part of me is like, well, maybe because things have been so tough over the last few years that it's just bringing people to like hold on to something or whatever. And I now, upon further evaluation, I don't think that's true. I think what it is that God is activating his warriors, and he wants the warriors of God to enhance the kingdom and to bring more people there, to give more people the opportunity to commit their life to God.
Well,
So
I've heard people say like you think like now it being like the worst of times or whatever you want to call it, that now's the time that God's going to come back, because it's so bad or whatever. Um, But I've heard that, like, why would you think that that is the time that he's gonna come back? Why wouldn't he come back when you least expect it, when
Yeah.
everything's gravy? You know what I'm saying? So I guess I was thinking about that the other day too. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, of course, everybody's you know wanting it to happen now when everything has gone to crap, basically. But why would he
Yeah.
not just, I guess, test you? Maybe I don't know if he does that or not. To be honest with you, but
Yeah, I mean, he definitely does, like, the Bible is filled with him testing,
yeah, I guess it's true.
his
Yeah,
followers, you know?
but
Um,
why would he do that now when it's all bad when he can come back when it's all gravy versus
yeah, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wish I knew more, you know? I
yeah.
but, yeah, I mean, I've never felt that we're closer than we are now, but, I mean, there's also been a lot of terrible things
Well,
happening in this world.
biblically, yeah, for sure. I mean, with all the stuff that's actually been completed as far as like prophecies and all that stuff, yeah, I think we are definitely closer than we ever have been ever. But as far as like people just being dirtbag, like you said, I mean, that's always going
Yeah,
to happen.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then, of course, people are gonna, try to find a way to profiteer off of all this stuff that they already are. So many people think that because we're headed to a collapse of sorts, probably several different types of collapses, societal collapse, financial collapse, that I mean, they all go hand in hand, but they're trying to profiteer off of it. So what better way than to what is the one thing that everyone in the world will always need for the rest of forever? Water
What?
and food.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Water and food. So what did AI. So what do they do? They're like, well, a safe bet is to be able to provide people with water and food. It I think that's why they're getting into that stuff, that world. But dude,
Sure.
looking at like uh these freaking Chinese companies that are buying this land, like all this land is like directly surrounding like Travis Air Force Base. I mean, like
I haven't heard anything about it.
hundreds. Dude, I got a map of it. It's like hundreds of properties literally surrounding Travis Air Force Base, where most of our pretty serious naval and air force stuff flies in and out of.
Wow.
And what ocean is that right next to, right? Like that's like the direct path to China.
Wow.
So I don't know. And I mean, dude, China, that right now, China apparently is holding back on selling a product that we need for nitrocellulose. So we can't make powder. So
Wow.
ammunition is going to be crazy expensive. And what if first off, when I heard this, I was like, hold up, we don't make powder domestically? Like, we need
Like at
China to
all?
make like at all. Like it nothing substantial.
I wouldn't think
So
that that would be true. Like, I mean, I wouldn't
I
think.
wouldn't either, but I mean, there are companies right now that are releasing like notices to the entire country saying, powder is, priced the same now, but what's happening is apparently they're withholding like at least a product, if not products that like finish the process of
I need
making,
to get
you
an ammo
know,
sponsor.
I know, right? You and me both. Our country
Wish
is already
AAC would
dead.
freaking sponsor me, man.
For real, dude. AAC actually only sponsors two YouTubers.
That yeah,
Two.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Grand Thumb and admin results, administrative results. That's why it's
Oh,
funny to hear all these people say, like, "Oh, we're sponsored by AAC." It's like, no, I just talked to Josiah. He said only two people are. So are you pretend flexing with ammo that you bought, bro?
that's funny.
It's kind of funny. Um, but anyway, I just I going back to what I was saying before, I find it a little difficult to be like trying to lead a life where I'm not totally sucked into all the worldly BS, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to have such an affinity for the world and such an affinity for the worldly stuff that, I lose sight of like having God in my life every day. And if I prepare for the preservation of myself and my family constantly, am I giving in to the worldly bullshit?
Yeah,
Or you know what I mean? Like, that's
yeah, yeah. I know what you
it
mean. Yeah,
it's an interesting balancing act, you know?
yeah. Well, you know, God wants you to be prepared. It's in the
Yeah,
Bible,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's not like it's not what He wants you to do.
yeah. Honestly, if it
Just like to what extent? And I get what you're saying. You know,
yeah, yeah. Honestly, if it was just me, I'd be like, "Psh, whatever, take it as it comes, whatever, but,
I mean,
having
if you have ammo and you have guns and stuff, like, I mean, I think you could get more than what most people have. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna get some toilet paper. You know, you know.
I wanna be a good guy when the SH is TF, you know?
But if I need toilet paper, I'm gonna get it. Is all I'm saying.
I know. We, look, the conversation always goes back to, these are my friends, these are my people, I trust them. Okay, and what happens when it's you and him, your family and his family, and the last piece of bread? Do you trust him that much to sleep next to him? That's why, like, Red Dawn was saying, if Red Dawn Readiness, the redneck prepper, what's up, man? He said, "Yep, they got us by the gonads with powder." Yeah, for sure. And I think that may be a tell of what's coming in the future. So
So basically, buy it up now is what you're saying.
dude, I'm saying if you hadn't been buying it up for the last 2 to 3 years, you may be in
Screwed.
some trouble. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I just loaded up ammo depot number 3, and now I'm trying to separate out. But dude, it's all about perspective. I was talking to another guy, a viewer a while back actually, and I was like, dude, I finally hit X amount of thousand rounds, and he's like, what? I was like, yeah, yeah, what? Why? And I thought he was gonna say like, that's a lot, right? He was
Yeah.
like, so you're telling me you're critically low? I was like, "Bro, you know how long it took me to save up this much ammo, bro?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
talking
I
like,
mean, when you use it on a regular basis, like, there's a difference, you know?
yeah, like, you're constantly saying, like, I'm putting 1,000, 1,100 rounds through the shadow systems, 1,000 rounds through the Gauzy Super Duty, 1,000 rounds through this, and I don't have, it coming in like that, right? But,
Yeah.
like, dude, when I say, like, "Oh, I got 10,000 rounds of 9 mil," he's like, "So you're saying you're critically low?"
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Does that guy have magazines loaded, or is it just sitting in a box somewhere? Because if you don't have them loaded at the time you need them, you're
I
equally just as
know I know he's got lots of loaded mags. And I magazines are consumables just like ammo, y'all. So if y'all are not stacking up magazines as well and you don't
yeah,
have most of them loaded, I got to a certain point where I'm like, okay, I have enough loaded that if I
yeah,
need more than these, I'm supposed to die. Like I
yeah,
am absolutely supposed to die.
yeah,
That I started like literally putting them on the package on the wall. I got like magazines all on the wall of the ammo depot, which is it's a closet.
yeah,
But uh, Red Dawn said it best. He was like, "I know, Red Dawn. I'm coming back to talk about you. Sorry." So Red Dawn said it best. He was like, "You could prep, you could prepare all you want, but if you're prepping by yourself, if you're solo, when the hordes come through, man, and I mean, mobs and mobs of people, it doesn't matter what you got. You'll take a few of them down, right? But if you're not setting up a
mhm,
team of trustworthy people where your comms are synced, where everything like 100% you've already built a relationship where you trust each other. You've already given and gotten from each other. You've built rapport and trust, and to the point where they're like your brothers that that like y'all would sacrifice your lives for each other. Those are the people. I know some people that are like, dude, I wouldn't even go to the shooting range with you. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't trust clearing a house with you because I don't like where your muzzle's going all over the place. Like,
yeah,
some dudes I just wouldn't even trust, like, in a CQB environment. But, man, like, dude, Dust, Dude Knowledge, Hat Creek, those guys from MD Arsenal, like, doing everything I had done, like the classes that I did with all of them, I'm like, okay, these dudes are solid. Like I know that if I got one of them behind me and one of them in front of me, I know where their muzzles are at. Well, I don't know where their muzzles are at, but I know that their muzzles are not on me. I
Yeah.
know they know when to hold it at a low ready. They know when to hold it at a high ready. They know when to temple index. They know when to they know all the things. If
Yeah.
I just grab a random dude and say, here's a shotgun and we go clear rooms together, that dude's could blow your ass cheek on the floor, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely something you gotta have a group of people that are gonna train together that you can trust. Of course, you can't trust everyone implicitly. I'm just saying all of it kinda, you know,
Yeah.
whatever,
Oh, yeah.
you gotta have a fire team. If you don't have a
Yeah.
fire team, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I agree with that 100%.
And that was Red Dawn Readiness that said that, so shout out to you. And, shout out to you, the Redneck Prepper. I'm not sure if this is the first time that you've been here, but thank you for coming and hanging out. He says, "I have the USMC all around me." Nice, that's what's up. Hold on, Redneck Prepper, isn't that a channel? I think he's got a channel, if I'm not mistaken. The Redneck Prepper, I think I've seen that before. I'll have to look it up, but, appreciate you coming in. Appreciate all you guys coming in. We're getting ready to wrap up here. Josh, aside from telling everyone to make sure that they go to fattack.com, especially with the new influencers apparel that you got set up here, what and buying a Goon Beam assault light that's 110,000 Candela, what would you like to tell the folks before we wrap up?
That's also on Fat Tech. But
Yep.
man, I just, I think as a Christian, and I think people get that. I don't know. I think people see that as something different than what it is. I'm a follower of God, and I just think that you should do the same. And I mean, that's easily put, and it'll change your life. So if you
Yeah.
haven't done it yet, you probably should. Anyway, other than that, man, I think y'all know the drill. Just stay calm, prep on, uh, stack them high, be
Mhm.
ready to stack them high, and that's it. It is what it is.
Do you excuse me. I know a lot of times we talk about equipment, and equipment is never the answer, but sometimes it just makes us feel a little bit better. Um, do you have an AK that takes standard AK magazines?
Yeah.
Okay. I think is it just me or is that like something that is imperative to have?
Oh, you definitely need to have one.
I think everyone needs multiple of these in my opinion, but you at least need one AR and take standard AR mags, one AK and take standard AK mags. You obviously need at least uh, a great pistol. You don't need 40 Glocks like me. I'm crazy. But you need a pistol. It should take Glock magazines, 9mm Glock magazines, just because that's the most prolific magazine and, caliber with magazine and ammo commonality of like everything, even PCCs.
Mhm.
But other equipment, what else? I mean, obviously, like 22s and shotguns and all that's important too. But yeah, I mean, we always end up talking about the equipment stuff because I think it's, like, sexy, but we usually don't talk about, like, water. Like, I have 30 days of water,
Mhm.
and everything else I'm banking on is just, like, hopes and dreams. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, I have, like, filters and other methods of
Sure.
filtration and cleaning and all that stuff, but, that's, like, if stuff is
I'm
bad.
I'm just going to put it in perspective for you. You can go to Sam's and buy like 25, 30, 16-ounce bottles of water cases or whatever. You can buy like 25 of those and it's like $80. And that ends up being like almost something like 200 or 300 gallons of water.
Yeah.
It's 80
Dude,
bucks.
even like, and this is what I started doing in the garage. You can literally go get like one of the like 30 or 40 bottle, like 16-ounce bottle.
Anything in a can does not go bad, by the way, just so y'all know.
Yeah, yeah. It may not be delicious, but
It
it's
don't
gonna
go
be
bad.
edible. Yeah. And if you cook it over an open flame, even if it's got something like potentially like botulism or something. Most stuff can be cooked away anyway. But if you were to go get one 30 or 40, it depends, 24 count, whatever, just regular ass water bottles, one big thing of water bottles, right? That's like $4. Could you imagine if the world fell to pieces right now and you're like, man, I got nods on my head, I got a plate carrier, I got a gun belt, I got knee pads, but I
Yeah.
didn't spend $4
I
on,
didn't get the water.
yeah, like that's, oh man. And also, dude, I noticed Red Dawn Readiness dropped a video on his plate carrier, M81 Woodland. Love it. And he had a bladder. You need a hydration bladder on your plate carrier too if you're gonna run. Look, I don't know. I know in most cases we're not gonna be running full kit, right? You're gonna want to look as much like a lonely, poor, starving civilian that you can. But having things like hydration bladders and all that, anything you can hide under a poncho is going to be a great move. And go check out Red Dawn's video too. Sorry, I'm taking a little bunny trail here, but I just thought it was important because
We could do a whole podcast on survival.
yeah,
So
absolutely, yeah. But I will say, I'll say this just really quickly. Um, if things pop off and we're who may be lying in the street? Is it gonna be local people from the US? Then most of the pickups you're gonna have are gonna be AR-15, M16, M4, whatever, 5.56 standard SYNAG magazines, right?
yeah,
If we're invaded or if we have, whatever, chances are, depending on the country, you may be dealing with an AK and 7.62 by 39, or even some of the new 5.56 AKs out there. But
yeah.
it would be best to, grab some of these other variants if you can, if it makes sense. But make sure your equipment makes sense too. Don't end up like me and have 40 Glocks that because initially I was like, oh, I can build these and I'll assemble them and then I'll build a homeless person army or and then I'll, or I can barter with them, right? But
Yeah.
like I would be way better off with night vision than 40 Glocks.
I would just say be proficient with what you with every be a master of the gun, not necessarily a master of a gun. Does that make
Hmm.
sense? Like,
Yeah.
be able to use them all. And that's what Jaeger again always used to say. Like, you should be able to pick up anything and shoot it, and
Oh yeah.
that's being a master gunman.
Yeah.
You should be able to.
I agree. I think that's a pro tip right there. Oh, and apparently here's another pro tip. Here's a pro tip. Go to your doctor and say you have a tooth infection. They'll prescribe antibiotics. Store them up. You can also
There's
go to places like the online places. What's the shit called? I got a bunch of antibiotics
like
from.
Wisely or something like that. Some stupid name.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is right offhand, but it's like $200, $250.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a hack. Okay.
Animal antibiotics also do the same thing, and you can get those offline too, by the way.
Yep, fish antibiotics, like dog and cat antibiotics usually need to be prescribed, but yeah, fish antibiotics work really well. I think horse antibiotics you can just order, but I don't know how you're going to get dosage on Jace Medical. Okay, so Jace Medical is one of them. Here's a tip, pro tip. Another pro tip. Um, if you use code FS10, you get 10% off. Well, what they don't know is that there's an active code at Jace Medical. I guess they did because I was like, hold on, he used to say FS20. If you type in FS20, you get 20% off. I think $20 off or 20%. Either way, it's about the same. And I ended up getting 20% off of a pack of like 5 different kinds of antibiotics. I just
Nice.
think they didn't deactivate the code.
There you go. That's cool.
Yep. 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 So, anyway, okay. So all that stuff is important too. And I know there's so much with it. I know we're just like jumping in here at the very end with it, but all this stuff is important, but none of it means anything if you know, if you're not going to a place you want to go when it all ends. So I say these things because I care about your we're not raiders, most are preachers. Oh yeah, for sure. We got to be the good guys when the excrement hits the rotary device. It's we got to be good guys. It, be the good guys always. Anyway, so I care about where you guys are going to spend eternity. So I'm always going to tell you to get right with your families, to get right with God. Right now is the time. And if you don't know what that means to get right with God, hit me up, hit Flying Rich up, hit Josh up, talk to us. All of us are willing to have conversations about anyone that, maybe grew up in religion and you kind of got turned off by it or whatever it is. If anyone has any questions about what it means to get right with God, hit us up and we'd be happy to chat with you.
Yeah, I would for sure.
Yeah. So all right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Anything you want to end on? Any tips or anything like that?
We have a Fat Tack YouTube channel that I'm gonna be putting stuff on and stuff like that, and the owner will be putting stuff on. So
Nice.
if y'all would go subscribe to the Fat Tack YouTube channel, that'd help us out a lot.
Awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, I would encourage you guys to do that as well, and make sure you subscribe to that Fat Tech YouTube channel. Yes, DB Cooper. Good thing to have some pain meds in the stash, also, unless you're a recovering addict, and keeping narcotics in your house is not a good idea. But I mean, like Advil and Tylenol and stuff like that too. Dude, there's so many like pain relieving things. Tooth pain, tooth pain can literally take you out of the fight. Make sure you have stuff for tooth pain, for the whole thing. Like you need chest compression needles and sutura kits and all. Maybe not, right? It's stop bleeding and get people to higher care. Well, if the world falls apart, we don't have higher care. Like we don't have hospitals, we don't have surgeons. So I guess maybe you may need to
Maybe
be
learn some stuff.
yeah, learning stuff is important too. Um, anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. I appreciate all y'all. Like I say all the time, get right with your family, get right with God, because we're living in tumultuous times and things are crazy, y'all. And I would love to see y'all in heaven. Um, I am gonna be I'll be putting up the Cobra Tech D2 steel auto knife. This thing is fire. But don't use it. Virgin blade, literally never cut it. This will be going up on DLD hardware, and it will be less than the price that Cobra Tech sells it for, because trying to hook y'all up. If I can get you guys some good stuff at a good price and have you carrying great equipment, and not have to pay full MSRP, right? That's a win for everyone. So I'll be
Yeah.
doing stuff like that. And yeah, on that note, we'll close out, guys. I tell you all the time, the standards and expectations that you hold yourself to are the difference between us and them, right? The rules that you choose to live by are very important, and I always tell you guys that um, oh, it's kind of different, but in the end, you have the rules that you live by. The rules that I like to share with you guys at the end of every stream are: rule number one is to be kind. It's so important that we're kind in everything that we do. That brief interaction that you have with somebody else could have a massive impact on their life. So be kind. Rule number two is to live a life of care, compassion, contribution, give to others. When you bless others, you become blessed, because the hand that's open to give is open to receive. Rule number three, because we know the only way for us to defeat evil is with good men skilled in violence, make sure, make sure that you're becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe, be dangerous, and keep that thing on you. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Thank you. Thank you, all of y'all. Appreciate all you guys. You guys are great. And we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Peace.
Peace. And go to Fat Tech and Fat Tech YouTube and subscribe.